Oh, the last game I played was interesting. It was a 2-person session of an Avatar game I'm in because me and someone else couldn't be there, so it was pretty interesting. I accidentally killed somebody, so in Avatar that's a big deal, so we'll see what happens.
Are you a bloodbender?
No, I'm a firebender and I'm only 11.
Oh, wow.
I got put into like a fighting ring. It was bad. But anyways, so that was good. Yeah, we'll see what happens now. Got thrown off balance, so it's such a big mechanic, so it's a big deal. And that's it, right? I'm looking forward to going to this basement because that's where always, the interesting things are. So, see, don't go, just go. I think is that everything?
We don't have enough basements in California.
No, I miss basements.
Well, they always had all the fun things.
Yep.
Nothing scary.
Like lack of tornadoes.
Maybe this will be a finished basement.
Ooh. Yeah.
In honor of Tim, I will let you all know that this evening, my wife and I looked out through our back window and saw a hooded oriole.
Oh, pretty.
And we thought, what is that? And then we spent some time looking it up and determined it was a hooded oriole.
Just called Tim?
That's cool.
I could have just done that.
Good looking bird.
Oh, it was so striking.
How did they look different than a Baltimore oriole?
This was like yellow orange, like really bright. It was a male, and then
we have a Bullock's oriole around here.
Oh yeah.
Tim identified.
Yeah. This one doesn't play baseball. It's much smaller.
Sure.
Last time, amazing NPC playing like 15, 40, I forget how many, and then I just remember Daphne's interaction. Actually, you two like doing this fun interaction with this young guy who wasn't sure whether or not he would get in trouble and help.
Yeah.
But he nevertheless helped us because he was so charmed by Daphne.
Right.
And you had a bunch of cool encounters like that. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I just any minute now at my home, my son is eagerly awaiting the arrival of Gloomhaven. And I'm really excited to start playing that with him. And so I'm really in the mood to get down to that basement and do some dungeon crawling.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, there's a really long political intrigue section before you get to that. All right. And yeah, great.
All right. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. I went to Miami for work.
Nice.
And I had this work conference that I was really nervous about. And then I went to New York to do this podcast that I was really nervous about. And then I had this reading that I was really nervous about. All went well.
Great.
Like after the fact, it was like a fucking adult Make-A-Wish Foundation. I got to meet lots of people that read my books and sign books, and it was a fucking packed house. The podcast I think went well. I haven't heard it yet, but it was great. I was scared about all of it, but it was crazy to be in Miami, which is awesome, and then New York, which is fucking awesome. It's been a long time since I've been there, and I'm kind of. It was a lot. I'm decompressing from it now, and I was nervous at the time, and then now it feels like it was like Total Recall, and they were giving me this crazy. They're like, you're gonna be, you're gonna be, famous and around people that appreciate you, and attractive women are gonna hit on you, and so yeah. And something that happened last time I played D&D, we were in that labyrinth on the East Side Gaming Club game, and I remember talking to a Sphinx. I don't remember an awful lot, but it was a fun session. And then this time I'm looking forward, to further I'm looking forward to whatever happens in this gigantic area of squares. I'm sure it'll be, nothing hostile. I'm sure it'll be a great love fest.
I see a lot of political intrigue.
Yeah. I see a lot of political intrigue right there.
Wow, I really tipped my hand.
I don't know what's happening. We just got finished recording my kids' band.
Nice.
And they're he's graduating from 5th grade this week, and his band is playing at their graduation.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
what does he play?
What are they
He
gonna?
plays drums.
What are they playing?
An original song.
Oh,
They
fantastic.
wrote that's sung in German.
I went to.
I heard it.
Oh yeah, Jake heard. They played it at the potluck.
Yeah. Pretty good.
It's pretty good. They got their own.
I can even hum it.
Yeah. This is
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Wow.
They got a sound.
Nice.
And that's really cool. And I've just been in the thick of. I'm a big procrastinator when it comes to reading the school emails, and then now I have to like do everything you're supposed to do before this graduation ceremony. So I've just been real caught up in that craziness. And last time was one shot, but I was just thinking earlier today of this game last time we played, of the tragic moment when I think Burden of Change was like describing the horrible, absolutely traumatic thing, and then Hans made a joke. It was not received well.
Well, that spell was named appropriately.
Oh yeah,
The air bubble.
The air bubble.
And I realized I was just asking because I truly didn't know what it was, and I was imagining it was like something that raised you up, like that you were on top of the air bubble, not that you were in the air bubble. I don't know what I was. Anyway, it just reminded me how much I appreciate like the real world gameplay consequences to like pithy comments that are made sometimes, and then you have to remain conscious of like if you said it out loud, you said it out loud. So that was really fun. And two, I loved the foghorn leghorn guy in one of the rooms.
Yes.
The medical room.
Song,
And I also loved something I was thinking about the medical floor, yeah, because I also loved when we went in the one room that was all old fashioned, and Hassan was like, I'll just give him a good beer, and he's like, no, they want to heal this. They want to be in excruciating pain for 9 months.
They're
They're traditionalists.
they're Fetlan scientists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I offer myself to Fedlon. That was fun. That's it.
Lovely.
Oh, I'm looking forward to, right. Yeah, all of it. I was just trying to balance in my mind on the way here that, like, how much within this temple that we have, like, entrance, and then we have this dragon thing, and then we have this murder. There's, like, so many directions to go. And then we have, like, the potential of the political, like, should they as a community withdraw, or should they fight, should they not? It just seems like there's a lot going on in this absolutely gigantic multi-levered tower, so.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the place where Michael works.
Yeah, let's stay here forever. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm starting to remember things as people talk about it. We didn't fight anything, right? It was just
No.
hanging out, talking, going through floors,
Uh-huh.
the different floors. I do enjoy the different aspects of, such as the comment and how that actually brought down the house, and the nerdy guy was really cool, and he gave us stuff, and the potions all ended up being like exactly what we were looking for, kind of potions, like what our characters would want.
And they were randomly generated too.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Oh wow.
which is hilarious. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Stuff. I don't know if you haven't seen Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man, such a good movie, highly recommend.
Yeah.
The ending, I don't know, but everything else was great.
Yeah, good.
As long as you're okay with
Take
the
a couple
ending,
if you want.
it's
Man.
okay.
That's like
No
15
spoilers!
But yeah, I thought it was a great movie.
The animation style is so amazing. I was just blown away by the first one.
It really is. Yeah, it's just such a fun movie to watch. I'll probably see it again just because
Hell
I feel like I missed stuff. Got to play dodgeball, which I haven't done in a while, which was nice. That was fun.
Yeah.
What I'm looking forward to, I don't know. I think we can go either way. I'm happy to see what happens. If everybody wants to go to the basement, let's check out a basement.
You go down?
Yeah, there's
It's like 100 floors.
Yeah, there's 99 floors or 100 floors or whatever. So whatever you all want to do, I'm happy.
Always be basementing.
Vanish or slide to the basement.
We haven't rested since the boat fight, right?
I will give you a full recap now that you have all checked in, but there's one more person who hasn't checked in, and his name is me. Let's see. I've been playing too much D&D. I played this weekend was the absolute peak of D&D playing. I played a lot, and slightly too much. It has led to mental insanity and not enough sleep. So some fun things to tell you from the last few times I played D&D. There's an online game I'm playing where I'm a fighter and I have a war pick, and the druid turned into a wolf and bit off an ogre's balls, and the balls were on the ground. And, raise an X if you want me to stop this horrible story. There's balls on the ground, and then I'm fighting these orcs with a war pick, and I knock the guy's eyeballs out, and they land in the ball sack. And so there's an ogre ball sack with orc eyeballs nestled in it.
It's a turducken.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then my character sketched it. So I have like a mid-journey AI hand sketch of a couple eyeballs sitting in an ogre ball sack.
Beautiful.
And it's interesting how different tables are, because that story went over terribly here. And
I was trying to think of the provocative artist in your character who's like, and now it's like on a
It's
pedestal.
sort
in a
of like the
museum.
Georgia O'Keeffe, but balls instead of vaginas.
the balls that see.
Yes.
yes, the balls that see.
The balls see you.
I will. I'll show you guys
If these
the
balls
picture.
could talk.
I'll show you guys the picture later when I can move my computer around.
That's all right.
When we played.
It's kind of a Maplethorpe thing.
I'm trying to remember that photographer's name. That begins with a W. That did all like the dead bodies and the position things. It's like Ouija. That's what I was trying to think. It's like a Ouija.
When we played Eastside Heroes this past weekend, the DM was really intellectual and verbose, and it was pretty interesting to hear all of his descriptions. And we were in the city that was on the inside of a donut shaped
A torus.
Ooh.
a torus.
Which I
And
did not
so
know that was the torus
as you
of
look
action.
out across the city, the horizon slopes upward and curves and goes above you, but it's so far away that it's kind of blurry. But you can see that, and then you can see on the sides the other terrain that might be around the city. But it's,
There's this book called Ringworld, where
Yeah.
there's like a whole world
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
and so you're on this world that encircles a star.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you
and
go.
you see, and like the rest of the world goes arcing above you.
yeah.
That sounds like similar to that.
Well, he said it was Convergence, the city at the end of the world, or the end of time.
End
or
of
something.
time. Yeah.
I don't know, but
Sounds cool.
it was pretty cool. But I feel very scatterbrained and unslept, so we'll see if we can not be anywhere near as pleasant as the last time you played. All the characters will have the same accent, and they'll all forget what they were talking about mid-sentence. So
And there will be 50 of them this time.
Perfect.
Right.
here's a short recap of what happened last time. You defeated the Thought on the boat, and then you went to land. People gathered around you, looking to you for help, and you said, "Come with us, and we'll protect you as we go towards the tower." You did not go towards somebody's turn, which is like a tourist trap on the other side of the island. You went towards Brana's turn. You went towards the city via the low road, and the little kobold sang you songs about the really long lore songs about the tower and everything. And then you got there, and when you got to the dock, Una was really impressed by the green crystal aged dock, and then you got to the tower, which is 55 stories, is the tallest tower in the whole land, opaque crystal, 12 buttresses that match up with the 12 facets of the monks in the Tower of Contemplation. You learn that there are something like 300 monks in there, and 100 of them are the 100 holy ones, and the rest are monks, and they're broken up into 12 facets. And so you entered into this huge airplane hangar-like room that was the foyer, they called it, and I'm like pulling up a picture of it for myself. There was the foyer, and in the foyer you were looking at all of the pilgrims who were being greeted by 5 or 6 tabaxi monks who were, directing them to different areas. What am I looking for? I don't know. Oh yeah, all right. So you walked up to a smiling monk in yellow robes named Hardy Trail, who was smiling about everything that you were telling her, whether it be murder or whatever, and you guys were creeped out by her. So you went and talked to a green monk named Icy Trick, who the druid wanted to talk to because it was green, and that person talked about the murder of Hushed Sparkle and shared a couple details about that, and told you to go talk to Burden of Chains. And so then you started going upstairs. You went into like a central hub room of the first floor of the tower, and I was like, there's an arch over there, there's an arch over there. You guys were like, where's the stairs? So you went to the stairs, started going up, and you went to the floor of contemplation, where people do different contemplative acts, and you ran into someone named Ice and Summer, who's a bronze, who told you that Violet Gift, who's the one that survived the dragon on the boat, was in the glass-blowing room. So you went in the glass-blowing room and you talked to Violet Gift. You had the very memorable interaction where there was a touching moment of near tears that was interrupted by a mean joke, and then the person wept and said, "Oh, never mind." But Daphne found the information anyway, and so you got the story, and she told you it was a dragon was what she saw. And so then you guys kept going upstairs on your quest to get to Burden of Chains, and you got you stopped because of the healing floor. It looked super cool. So you went in there and you tried to go into an experimentation room. The person turned Daphne away, and you went to a regular healing room, and you had the interaction you talked about. Then you went to the magical healing room where Dusty gave you guys some potions and hoped that Daphne would date him. And then you went up to the yellow facet residence floor, I guess hoping that you'd run into Hardy Trail again, and somebody with a joy buzzer named Flickering Fire was joking around with you and telling you that she's not there. So you went up further to the beige facet floor, where you asked around for help, found someone named Quirky Beauty who directed you to the room of Burden of Chains, and you spoke with Burden of Chains. And Burden told you to talk to Ancient Fish about both entrance and murders. And Burden told you that entrance went to the basement, and that the basement has been walled off. And they told you a little bit about people who were pushing for this political movement to be more insular as a country, and perhaps push off the pacifist ways. And they mentioned Loose String in Treasury, Kingfisher in Third Speaker's office, and Hidden Depths in the Sacrifice Room as people who were more outspoken about these things. And so you left Burden of Chains and started heading towards Ancient Fish, and that is pretty much a recap. So I would say that you guys are walking up the staircase right now.
On our way to Ancient Fish?
Yeah, you are leaving the beige floor and heading to the you're on the staircase, and Beige floor is floor 19, and you were told that ancient fish is on floor 20 on the white facet residence floor.
How convenient.
Yes.
Guys, only one more flight of stairs to ancient fish.
We can do it.
So, you guys talking to each other, just walking up and going into the 20th floor? What are you up to?
Daphne does not have breath to spare. Going up these stairs, she's just got to.
Allow me to generate the smell of fresh cut grass.
I don't know if that's the kind of smell that will inspire her.
Yes, merci beaucoup.
Fresh cut grass.
Earth shatter.
Ah.
It does smell good.
But it affects her allergies.
Well, I think we're almost there now.
All right, here we go. I'm excited to talk to ancient fish. I'm thrilled that we finally learned something about entrance. I hope he's all right.
So you all get up to the white facet residence floor, and lots of opaque crystal, large, very wide stairs on a very slowly curving spiral staircase that you have physically climbed 21 floors of, or 20 floors of, and you get to an art tray that clearly leads to some kind of lobby-ish thing, and everything is white here. All the crystal is white, and you see some white furnishings like white rugs and white-on-white paintings and stuff like that. White curtains hanging in front of other white things, and yeah, you walk into that room, and there are 3 hallways coming off of it. And yeah, on those hallways are rooms.
Do the rooms have signs in this hallway?
They have numbers, and I'm not sure. Did anyone tell you what room number Ancient Fish is in?
I don't remember
think so.
that.
Are there any people?
You don't see any from where you're standing at the entrance to the lobby.
I'll poke my head into the left side.
Okay, you see someone walking down the hall.
Hey,
far away
you!
from you in a white robe.
Hey, you in the white robe!
The person stops and looks at you and says, "Hi, Governor! What are you doing up here on the white floor?"
We're looking for somebody. Do you think you can help us? I heard you're good at investigating things.
"Oh yes, we know where many people are, we of the white facet. Yes."
We should just hang out with this guy the whole
Yes.
time.
Specifically, we're looking for ancient fish.
"Ah, ancient fish, you say?"
That's right, ancient
Well.
fish and chips.
Looks like another.
It's
Looks like another.
Ancient fish. He knows.
We're not on the yellow floor anymore.
"I don't know if Ancient Fish wants to meet with someone who makes fun of his name.
Well, maybe he would meet with us.
My name is Tale of Wonder. What are your names?"
That's a great name.
Yes, wonderful name.
Great name.
"Ah, thank you. No puns about my name, eh?"
Now, is it Tale Tale or Tail? You know?
"Oh,
Just
like a story, you know."
yes, this makes sense.
Does that mean you have great stories to tell us?
"Oh yes, here's one." He just starts telling you a really long story.
Oh, that was really moving.
That was a
I
great
take
story.
a short rest.
20 minutes later. And my mother finally found him, hiding under the sofa.
Fantastic.
Yes. Well, thank you for listening to my story. That almost makes up for the joke you made about Ancient Fish's name. Now, Ancient Fish is very important among the white facet, you know, very important. So I wouldn't want to bring to him just anyone.
Well, we are heroes.
Oh, heroes! You're here to do good things.
Oh yes, and we already have, in fact, on the way over. We saved many pilgrims.
Yes.
from a monster that appeared in the water and attacked the boat.
The ship was attacked by an evil thought made manifest.
Oh, a thought, you say?
Correct.
A thought escaped out over the lake?
That's exactly right.
Oh my.
It sounds like you know where it might have originated.
No! No, I don't.
Has that happened before?
Yeah, I want to insight this guy. Does this guy know?
Yeah, same actually.
15.
Yeah, he's
Don't you
not.
spell
He's hiding
sure.
something.
Yeah, 16. Yeah.
Am I supposed to practice my poker face? he's hiding something when he says that, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you that this thought caused some deaths of innocent people, and
You know,
it would behoove all of us to find the source of its origin and make sure that it never happens again.
I was wondering if you had a tale of perhaps about thoughts and how thoughts can change into something.
Oh! He seems like flustered.
I'd love to hear a good tale about that.
Oh yes.
Tale about thoughts. And yeah, he's like stuttering. He's having trouble with that tale. And
I mean, being in the white.
with your high insight rolls, you probably realize there's like something he's trying to not think about that is making him unable to think about anything else. When he's trying to tell the story. And he said, "Well, anyway, you said you're heroes. Please tell me your names. I probably have heard of you if you're heroes."
Well, this is Lord Hans and
Yes.
Daphne,
Oh,
and I'm sure you've heard of Una and Hassam, and I am Jasper, at your service.
oh yes. Is there a name for your group?
We're called the Beatles.
We are workshopping a couple
What?
of things, you know?
I was trying to pick something druidic. No, we haven't
Right, so we
settled
have
on a
to
name
do
yet.
trademark.
Yeah,
I mean, we could be called the Queen Killers.
I don't
Oh,
think
boy.
that's a good
King and
one.
Queen.
No?
How about the Realm Saviors? Or Saviors?
We prefer to fly a little more under the radar so that we can actually do our jobs well. You
Well,
might
there are
appreciate
some
that.
in the White Facet that have very strong radar. So, unnamed group of Hasam, Una, Lord Hans, Chumley, Tamawin, and Jasper and Daphne, please follow me.
Oh, thank you.
Seems like you've heard of one of us.
And he leads you down the hall to room 209.
Before you leave, have you heard of anybody called Grey Mind?
Grey Mind. Grey Mind. No? I don't think so. Maybe you should ask Ancient Fish.
Okay.
Okay! And he knocks on the door. And the door opens. And inside you see a large white desk with white walls, crystal, opaque crystal and whiteness. There are little white statues like of marble and of crystal around the room, adorning the room. You see little white miniatures on a white marble mantle, and you see white woven yarn in like diamond patterns that adorn one wall. And behind the large desk sits a woman in loose flowing white robes with a silver chain, kind of interlocking large piece silver chain around her neck, and she is a white cat with black stripes. And she looks up and says, "Who have you brought to me?" And Tale of Wonder says, "Well, Ancient Fish, it's the unnamed group of heroes. One of them is named Lord Hans, one of them is named Jasper," and Ancient is like, "Say no more. Say no more. Welcome. We have heard of you heroes. What brings you here to my chambers?"
Well, a few matters. First and foremost, my cousin, Amtrance Tamerwin, was here on a pilgrimage to visit your monks, and I'm told that he's trapped in a barricaded basement downstairs and potentially in danger.
Oh, that's quite a bit of information you have.
Yes.
As she's saying this, you notice that there are also sort of little niche-sized windows in a couple of the walls on one side of the room, and out the windows you can see a great open expanse of sky, and a white dove flies in one of the windows. And as you're talking, she walks over and takes a little message holder thing off of its leg and looks at it.
Can we see it? What is this?
You can roll perception. She looks at it. She rolls it back up and she tucks it into a little pocket in her robe.
13.
You can't see it. So she does this, and then she sort of leans down to the dove and whispers something and flies away. And so she does that while you're saying that, and then she turns back to you and says, "Oh yes, en trance, yes. What a wonderful person. Please pass by. Those of the white facet are very busy, and their business is very important, and they pass through here." She hands off the message to someone else of the white facet, and she says, Yes, I remember en trance very well. He was a wonderful person to talk to, very high intelligence en trance."
Do you think he's safe in the basement?
Oh, no.
Could you? We would like to rescue him. Could you assist us in getting access to that basement so that we can investigate what's happening to him?
I suppose I could. Yes, I did so enjoy talking to en trance. So many others around this tower, their minds are clouded by religion, but not en trance. He can think clearly. We spoke frequently.
What did you guys talk about?
Oh, many things. You know, en trance enjoyed studying genealogy. And in the basement of our tower, we keep records on the genealogy of every country on our continent, going back 2,000 years. And en trance was very interested in where the tabaxi came from. As you know, I am descended from slaves who were brought here by the elves 2,000 years ago. En trance was researching this and how our religion became intertwined with that of the praise of Fetlan. And so he came here because of our repository of genealogy. And he would spend days in the basement studying and then come up and tell me interesting things he'd read, you know. Did you know that 1,500 years ago the gnomes in Bourgogne erected a statue? And he was very into obscure facts.
What danger is down there that they had to barricade it?
Well, that is a great question. I'm happy to answer it for you. Let me randomly generate an answer for you. Give me 1 sec. Yes, of course. So as I was saying, we have a huge repository of genealogical records downstairs, particularly on floor -8, which was a library of sorts for genealogical records for a long time until it was abandoned due to disuse. And en trance would go and study there and he'd come out and spout off in the mess hall about his amazing discoveries. I would really be the only person who would listen to him. What really seemed to be of importance is that when he heard any disagreements between the monks or the 100 Holy Ones who were talking about it being a good idea for Parvus to withdraw from society and drop its pacifism, he would always involve himself in these conversations and bring up the historical context of Tabaxi pacifism and reference the thousands of years of history that we have with this and the religious significance. I think that is something to be noted. In any case, one day he went down there and he never came up.
Did he appear to be, so he appeared to be in favor of pacifism or defending it against those who wish to move away from it?
Well, he spoke a lot about history. You know, as I said, he spoke about the gnomes of Bourgogne. I know you're Bourgonnaise, of course. And he spoke about the elves and half-elves of Rocinante. She's pouring something. You're making a face.
Oh no, I was looking at my Bourgonese friend.
Oh, I thought you heard something.
No.
He would speak of the tension between Rocinante and the country, the undersea country next to it, and how that went back in time over the years. He spoke of many things, but yes, the only time he was really involved in tower politics per se was when he spoke about the foundation of pacifism in our history and our religion. He would always tell people that the records of history are heavy on the side of pacifism. In any case, he went down there and he never came out, and I missed our conversations. So I sent a few of our workers down there to see if they could find him, and only one of them returned. Spoke of apparitions in the hallways. He spoke of terrible memories returning to haunt him, and he subsequently quit his job to return back to the capital to live with his family, this worker. But taking this very seriously, I spoke with the speakers, the 8 speakers of the 100 Holy Ones, and we decided to wall up the Library of Genealogy due to the things that were emerging from there. So I lament the loss of Entrance, but for the safety of the tower, you realize that we are all pacifists. If creatures attack us, we will be killed in our beds. We cannot raise a hand. So the only smart thing to do is to erect a barrier.
How long ago was this?
A couple months ago, I'm afraid.
Did Entrance have food and supplies?
We have not spoken with him.
Is there access to storerooms down there?
I don't know exactly where he is on floor -8. I never went down there myself, but apparently he went down there to read one night and never came back. So
you see, you did this to protect the tower. This was before the recent murder of Hush Sparkle. Is that right?
oh yes. As she's talking, she's writing on a little scrolly thing.
What can you tell us about?
Can I see what she's writing?
I don't know, how far away are you?
I'll start reaching up slowly and start a little bit. I'm kind of small and I'm not making any, I haven't really been part of the conversation, so I'm just trying to...
Halfling sneak.
You want to roll stealth?
Sure.
If she's mouthing her words, Bill, while she's doing it, I can understand it.
I got a 23 on stealth.
Okay. You get up pretty close. Now you're I think you're gonna roll stealth again because you're standing right next to her, and then roll perception.
I'm gonna keep talking to her to distract her. Yes. What is?
I was gonna.
Please, Jasper. Yes.
Is there anything you can share with us about the circumstances of the murder of Hush Sparkle and whether you think it's related at all to these things that have emerged from the basement.
She finishes writing and she rolls it up. You saw that it was a cipher with like a little triangle, a little squiggly line, a plus sign and stuff. Like nothing, not a language.
She's the Zodiac.
Zodiac killer.
And a dove lands in the window and she goes and ties it to its leg and says,
Hey.
I'm gonna ask you if you can hear it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm
Roll perception.
going to message to Hassan, can you turn into a dove?
16.
You hear her say Mage College in the middle of a short sentence.
Mm.
And the dove flies out the window. What did you ask her?
What she could share about the circumstances of the murder of Hush Sparkle, and whether she thought it was in any way related to what was emerging from the basement. Messaging to Hassan, have you ever turned into a dove before? Excellent. You could become a...
She says,
some messages around.
you understand that we of the white facet, and particularly I, ancient fish, yes, that is very important, fellow white facet. We know many things. We know many things that are happening in this world. So you're asking me what happened with the murder?
I was wondering if there's anything you could share with us about the murder of Hush Sparkle.
I think only what you already know.
Okay.
We know that Hush Sparkle was a member of the Black Facet. She spoke out frequently about doing nothing. And she was found stabbed in the doorway of her room 5 times. And that is what we know.
Why would anyone want to kill somebody who wants to do nothing?
She was very outspoken for someone who wants to do nothing. It was almost as if she was doing something when she spoke out about doing nothing. Odd dichotomy in that. But anyway, someone didn't like what she was saying, and yes, we have never had 100 Holy Ones killed before in our pacifist nation. And now 2,
Yes.
in a short period of time.
And finally, you will have heard, I'm sure, about the abomination that attacked us on the ship on the way here.
Ah, yes, of course I have. Yes.
And this creature appeared to be a dark thought made manifest.
A thought, you say?
A thought.
A mutated embodiment of a thought.
Yes.
Oh my.
What are your thoughts
Well,
on this topic?
tell me what this thing looked like.
It was teal and lavender, swirling.
Perhaps maybe you have such a beautiful view up here. Were you able to see anything in the sky?
Have you noticed the fog?
Fits. Well, maybe you're eagle-eyed or, cat-eyed.
If we have seen the creature that attacked you? Oh, no. No. We cannot see into the fog.
Some of what happened to us fits the description of what you described of what was occurring in the basement.
But
Yes.
what you're telling me about the appearance of this thing is reminiscent to what the worker who quit told me.
Yes.
He said he saw an apparition. And he did mention similar colors to those that you mentioned. Again, I cannot go down there. If I am attacked, I will be killed. All of our people will be killed. For us, the smartest thing to do was to build a wall.
So you're saying you need heroes to go down there?
It doesn't sound like the wall is keeping these things back. So perhaps some of us who can confront evil should do so to help protect the tower.
I suppose. I suppose. I wasn't really asking for that, but I suppose it would be useful if you ended the threat of whatever is emerging from that library.
Do you know anything else about the origin of these hideous thoughts?
I really don't. All I know is that it was emotionally troubling for me to see my friend en trance disappear. Someone who I really enjoyed talking to. Someone who reminds me of you a little bit.
Yes.
Would you like to have a long intellectual conversation about obscure topics?
I should be delighted, thank you. But first, we must rescue Entrance. But yes, I would like nothing more to be quite
Full
candid.
deception.
No, I'm not being deceptive. Hans would love this. Are you kidding?
Roll bullshit.
Yeah. What's my modifier? So, my deception would be. Let's
Roll
see.
earnestness.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So that would be a 14 if I'm doing persuasion. But I'm telling the truth.
Deception.
I'm telling the truth.
What's going on with your deception, though?
My deception would be also a 14.
She says, oh, very good, yes. I'd love to speak with you more.
I have a question.
Yes?
You're the person responsible for investigating the murder of Hush Sparkle?
The White Facet is investigating.
And the investigation is ongoing. Like, you don't know who did it, but you're still...
We don't know who did it. We know that she died, and there was really very little evidence around her death to parse together. You're welcome to look at her room if you would like. We've looked at her room and could not find anything, and we are experts at gathering information.
Oh,
She sort of adjusts her little collar thing.
What floor would that room be on?
Oh, well, she lived on the Black Facet residence floor, of course.
Floor 9.
Oh, right, okay. But at least that's down.
I forgot, was Hush Sparkle one of the 100 Holy Ones as well?
Yes, she was one of the 100 Holy Ones, and she was very outspoken about...
So who gets to pick who replaces Hush Sparkle?
Well, let me tell you every detail of our government. There's 100 Holy Ones, and they serve for 1 year.
I know this
And
part.
then
I just know
Each one of them, at the end of the year,
they pick
yeah,
who replaces them.
uh-huh.
So the dead people, who picks that?
Yeah, so at the end of the year of service, the 100 Holy Ones will vote on a pick, a choice. Yeah.
Can I ask one more question, Jasper? Unless you had something.
Well,
The 8 speakers will vote on the next person.
And
To
was
fill
either
those
the one that died in the boat or Hush Sparkle a speaker? Or
No.
they weren't one of the speakers.
one other question that I would put to you is whether you have heard of or are aware of something called gray mind.
Yes.
Yes.
Grey Minds.
It's not French colonial that.
Or Galevakash for that matter.
Golethakash.
Yes.
Do we have that in there?
Or
I
the
have not heard of
mistress.
either of those names. I'm sorry.
Can I insight that, please?
Sure.
Yeah, also.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a natural 20 plus stuff.
She appears to be telling the truth.
Okay.
And then when we mentioned to Tale of Wonder that the being that attacked us seemed to be thought made manifest, he seemed particularly disturbed.
Oh.
Any idea why that might be? Especially disturbed.
I would say that the one time I couldn't speak for him. You'd have to ask him.
Well, I have no, unless my companions have further questions, this has been very illuminating, and I thank you. And I thank you for being a friend and support to my cousin.
You said you know many things from everywhere. Did you know that the queen was evil?
The queen of Elenia Toth.
We know many things. We did not know what was motivating her actions, but we knew her actions. And we know of your actions. You are well known to us, if not to others. So I think you should be aware that we have heard in the past day or two that Lady Peel Killshaw has started to move her army.
In what direction?
Where do you think she might want to move her army?
Elenia Toth.
Toward Elenia Toth.
That may be what our sources have derived from their research.
Would that leave you all defenseless then? Or more defenseless?
As you know, there is an alliance between Elenia Toth, Rocinante, and Bourgogne that patrols the border between Liebenstag and our country.
Obviously, if she goes and attacks Elenia Toth's out from patrolling your border.
You remind me a bit of Entrance with your willingness to philosophize about politics. Perhaps you will stay and speak with me.
Sure.
Oh, wonderful. Very good. What do you think about the history of pacifism in our country?
I think it's stupid.
She instantly regrets her.
Prove me wrong.
Yes, well, I would say that the apparition that our worker saw, it messed with his thoughts. And for that reason, there seems to be some kind of connection there. Those are my thoughts on the matter. But there are much that we must attend to, including the investigation of the murders, and perhaps it appears you all are asking questions, so perhaps you all will help us figure this out.
Yes. And perhaps the two things are connected.
I hope. Part of me hopes, and part of me hopes not.
We might want to get downstairs though and see if there hasn't been another murder in the form of walling a man up for 2 months in the basement.
When one must weigh the lives of 300 against one must make these decisions. Particularly when none of us can defend ourselves. I'm sure you understand.
Can or will?
What?
Please, we can have this discussion after we recover my cousin.
To the end of us going down there, is there a floor or someone we could talk to who may have experience in the arcane and may be able to better inoculate us against some of these bad thoughts?
I neglected to mention, I would actually prefer that you not tell anyone about what's happening in the basement. You see, I do not want a panic to spread through the tower. All of our pacifistic brethren, just like our worker, might leave. So we would actually prefer you not spread news about something that we have taken care of.
But you have not taken care of it. If it is still, this thing is floating around in the basement. I'm just trying to figure out, no disrespect, man.
And it is appearing and attacking the pilgrims.
It's fun. We will let's do our best first. And as long as we don't come back to find a newly built wall hemming us in.
I mean, we could break down a wall.
Yes.
but my friend's request, we would not necessarily have to disclose what we are doing or why, but I think it's a good one. Is there any protection you can offer us against such danger? If we are, on your behalf, going to see what we can do to put an end to it.
I do not know how to protect against thoughts. I'm sorry.
Is there
Who?
is there a body
It was one of the.
of the person who got stabbed in the back 4 times?
I forget his name.
No, the body has been disposed of in the way of our people.
Dark elf. He was
Do I know what that
short
is?
sword.
Well, you know that the way of the people of the country is cremating them into a little thing that you wear around your neck. But
I think that's
you don't
a good
know
line
if
of
that's what
questioning. Would you care
they
to
do
ask?
at the tower.
So the body no longer exists?
Oh, the body exists. It's just been laid to rest, and it is not to be disturbed. She explains to you that a big chunk of the highest floors of the tower are actually like a crystal graveyard, and that they put all their dead to rest in vertical coffins in the walls of many of the floors of the highest floors of the tower.
And they're see-through crystals?
Yeah.
Just no. No.
Too high? I can turn into a horse.
Anyways.
What are you contemplating?
I was looking at the body.
Climbing more stairs, yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
going upstairs.
Anyway.
May I ask another question? Going back to the murder of one of the 100 Holy Ones, Hush Sparkle. When we departed from Elenia Toth not that long ago, there had been a similar murder of one of the members of the Mage College there in Elenia Toth, one of the leaders,
One of the elders, yes.
one of the elders.
Pedras?
And it's just striking that in these esteemed institutions all throughout the land, these elders or 100 holy ones are being murdered. I mean, were you aware of this? You know so much.
We are tracking many situations across the country. Things are changing, and we know not why or who guides the hand that changes.
Well, it's the mistress, and your area's gray mind. In Elenia Toth, it's Greater Elenia.
She writes this down.
If you all find any information about this would be very helpful for us.
How do you know these things? How do you know this?
Well, it's a long story, but suffice it to say, I was transported by a magical amulet to the presence of the mistress, who keeps her lieutenants in competition with each other in a sort of blood sport to see who can wreak the most havoc and cause the most mass murder and violence.
This is interesting to say the least. We've been seeing a lot of these changes in our countries. We've never seen a murder here. I've never heard of a murder in the Mage College, or at least not for some time, for other reasons entirely. So, yes, it's very strange. I mean, you say there's some kind of conspiracy with someone named the Mistress at the top.
Yes.
Oh my. And she writes it down and she says, well, I will ask our network to look into these names, but we only know what we see and we only know what we hear. Two of you roll perception. Just two.
I need my goddamn reading glasses.
15.
Yeah, 17.
Okay, so while she's been talking, you haven't been taking it in, but behind her on the wall, there's a big calendar, and it's hard to make out what it says on it because it's white on white. It's like an off-white on bone white or something. And you see that the calendar says Harrel 5. And putting this together, you realize that you left Elenia Toth on Kaibox 2. So basically, you realize that it's 30 days farther in the future than you thought it was.
Ah.
Oops.
Oh, and the heroin, right? When we transported.
The what?
Or when we transported,
Yes.
you had quit the beer.
Yes.
Hans.
We jumped ahead 30 days?
Hmm.
Huh.
I mean, some of that time was us traveling through the, through the.
No, we
The
came out
land.
of the teleporter too. We had.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know that it was the full 30 days, but a big chunk of it.
She says, "What are you whispering about?"
Oh, it's just some strange things have happened when we were teleported here from the Elenia Toth Mage College. We lost about a month's time.
Oh, you don't know what's been happening in Elenia Toth?
No.
Well, we just got teleported and I guess it's a month has passed during a
Is there
single teleportation time period.
Is there something? When we left the
one
prince
recent
and
thing that we heard is that the Children's Rebellion is amassing on the northern gates of Elenia Toth.
Ah.
No?
Yes, it seems that your presence was some kind of glue that held the place together.
Oh, well.
Now that you've been gone a month, I don't know. I don't know where Lady Kilshaw's armies are going, but perhaps there, and with the children on the northern border.
What of the prince?
Do you know if the council selected a new leader?
There are a lot of competing intentions among that group, or what my ears tell me.
Well.
As far as we know, the prince lives.
Interesting to hear, but I don't think there's anything we can do about it from here.
Have you ever heard of something that would cause when they teleport to lose 30 days?
Maybe that is a question for someone at the Mage College.
Are you well connected to the Mage College?
I am well connected to everyone, my friend.
that's fantastic. I'm looking for symbols on him. Does he have symbols of any organizations I've ever heard of?
She just has this big silver necklace with sort of silver diamonds that interlock with each other in a jagged geometric pattern around her neck.
And that's supposedly normal for a 100 Holy One person.
No. She also has the golden ankh that is indicative of 100 Holy One.
Oh, but this. Oh, I see.
Yeah, but she has this special necklace on.
Do you think you can connect this to this Mage College so that we can figure out what's going on?
If you go to the Mage College and you whisper ancient fish into the right ears, I'm sure that someone could help you. You're speaking of the Parvusian Mage College, or?
Correct.
Yes.
Great. And that necklace looks really cool. Where did you get that necklace from?
Oh, this is a symbol of my office.
What office is that?
The third speaker?
Oh no, I'm not a speaker. I'm but a humble member of the White Facet.
I think I'm ready to go look for Trance. I don't know about the rest of you.
Did the other White Facet people have the similar necklace?
No. I am a particularly skillful purveyor of information. And I have purveyed quite a bit of it to you today. And another pigeon flies in with a little thing on its leg, and she's like, I think I need to do a little work, but I'm happy to speak with you later. And it's wonderful to meet heroic, helpful people that are participating in perhaps a more active way than we can, you know?
Would it? I think what we would like to thank you for your speaking with us. I think what we might have in mind is to on our way down investigate Hush Sparkle's room, and then could we impose on you to spend the night here, and then tomorrow we could have access to the basement.
You wish to spend the night where?
Well, in the Tower of Contemplation.
Well, on the first floor, anybody can stay.
Yes, yes. It does not have to. Yeah, we just need a place to rest up before we embark on what may be a harrowing adventure tomorrow.
Yes, of course. I'm sure you're familiar with the mess hall and the sleeping quarters for the pilgrims. Yes, that's for everyone.
Sure.
You may want to have us somewhere that, you know, if we were talking about, say, demons in the bottom of the basement or whatever, isn't heard by other people, perhaps.
Is discretion being the better part of valor?
If you all care about what we say.
And
Yes.
some of the pilgrims will be especially. They may come and seek us out because we helped save them on the way over. They seem to bond with us.
May I truly count on you all for your discretion?
Yes.
Can we count on yours?
What do you want me to not say?
I mean, we've talked a lot about other things that we have learned about, Grey Minds Galethakash. I think we can come to a mutual understanding about minding our P's and Q's.
She adjusts the necklace on her shoulders again and she said, I would not be where I am today if I were not discreet.
Mm-hmm.
Discreet and discretion sound a lot like the word secret, don't they? I think so. So, I take your point. There is an empty room on this residence hall on the white facet floor that, since you are willing to inquire as to the conclusion of our friend Entrance and perhaps end the danger in the basement, and since you are such a helpful group that are appearing to fight to save our continent, I'm happy to offer you this room for the evening on the white facet floor.
Thank you.
It's very gracious.
Thank you.
She takes a little thing from the pigeon, like cracks it open, and starts looking at it.
I want to message to Daphne and ask her not to plant anything on this person.
I just want to know clarification from what I heard. Did she mention an underwater country?
She did next to
Rocinante.
Rocinante. This is
She did
an
say.
undersea country.
Oh, have we heard of an underwater country? Is that like common knowledge?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's a sort of bizarre Latin America called Cáñamo, and like 80% of it is under the water and 20% of it is on land. And it's
okay.
off the coast of Rocinante.
That's cool.
Yeah, and like sea half elves and like tritons live there under the water.
And they talk like that.
Yeah, totally.
It's a sunny day, man.
Because that's a Latin American accent.
Avi.
Hey, why y'all adventuring so much, man? Why don't you just chill?
So she says, she opens up the thing and she's like, I think I must get back to work. Thank you so much for coming by. I hope that if we do not solve the murders, that you solve the murders, and please, if Entrance is okay, please tell him I'd like to speak with you.
Very well. Just be sure to do whatever is necessary so that we can get access to the basement tomorrow morning. We would ask. Thank you.
Well, it's walled up, you see.
You just want us to break down the walls, what you're saying?
The walls are actually magically, they have magic barriers to them, and you just need to apply the right kind of magic to it, like fire or poison or whatnot, as you're hitting it, and then you should be able to break the wall. So just keep that in mind, and enjoy your room. It's 507 down the hall.
What kind of magic specifically do you have to use in the barrier? Is there a point where you tell us?
I'm sorry, I must answer this message. Just use magic and hit it. Poison magic, lightning magic. I'm not a magician myself.
All right, fair enough.
Thank you so much.
What time is it about? time of day are we rocking right now?
Well, that's a great question. Let's figure that out.
Do we need
So-
a rest?
We need a rest. We have used some spell slots.
On Harrel 4, you wandered in the street drunkenly, and you got up in the morning on Harrel 5. And so let's say it was 6, you got on the boat at 8, you got to land at 9, this is being general, let's just say it's 10, you get to the tower at 12.
I think the boat ride you said was pretty long.
Yeah, and then you're talking to people, and you're going up and everything, so yeah, I would say it's at least 6 p.m. now.
Alright, the one thing I was gonna mention to you guys is there was another dude, the Kingfisher,
One floor up.
who's one floor up from us if we wanted
He's
to
one
talk.
of the people who are.
He's one of the ones in favor of isolating the third speaker's office on the 21st floor.
And we also
And
were
a
gonna.
gray.
We also were going to investigate the room of the dead one.
That's down on the.
Eight.
I don't think Daphne's going down
Well,
to the 8th floor back up to
No, you're
the
right.
20th.
That'll be
floor.
tomorrow morning.
I would
Yeah.
wait.
That'll
I
be
think that's tomorrow morning.
That's
Okay.
on the way down.
Alright, I'll speak to the Kingfisher, why not?
Yeah, why don't we talk to Kingfisher and then long
And
rest
then
and
we
then
can
head
Take
down.
our leave from
Mhm.
Yes, thank
this
you.
cat.
Thank you for your help.
Oh yes, I hope you will come back and speak to me.
Yes,
You can tell me of obscure historical facts and such.
I can.
Yes, very good, lovely, and you're quite handsome, so thank you.
Thank you for saying so. I
Yeah.
feel the same way about myself.
Never change.
Shall we speak with, we must take our leave. We're on our way to speak to some other folks before
Before we retire
tie
for
up
the
some loose ends before we get ready for the basement.
Very well, very well. Adieu.
A bientôt.
She says to you, adieu, ciao. Since the
It's
western half of Bourgogne is Italian now, the western third.
This is disturbing news about what's happening in Elenia Toth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's not like we can do anything about it.
Oh, yes, I'm worried. Fiona.
I think
Fiona.
right now we are concerned with some bigger picture problems. Got to do what we can. To your
Well,
point.
if it comes to open war, and the council does battle with the Children's Rebellion, and Fiona were struck with some sort of skull-splitting mace, it would be a great shame. Perhaps if a spear thrust entirely through her sternum, skewering her heart like a kebab sold by some street merchant, it would be a terrible tragedy.
Quite.
You say that, but the way you say it makes it sound like it's not.
And, have you thought about writing poetry about your exes and
Yes.
maybe publishing it? I think it might be a big hit among certain
You could
friends.
perform it on the stage.
Yes. Well, we'll talk about that.
Alright, did we get to the 21st floor yet?
You guys are walking to the 21st floor, the gray floor, because you're trying to speak with
Kingfisher.
Kingfisher. All right, you get there, everything's gray. It's like a gray lobby. It's
Checks
gray. There's a lot of gray shit. Crystals, white opaque crystals with gray. There are tables. There's a bit of a lobby. There's an arch. There's a lobby thing again. There's hallways going off of it. You know what? There is. Hang on one sec. There's the 21st floor is not the gray facet floor. The 21st floor is the it's the floor with the speaker's offices on it. So you head up to the 21st floor, and there's there's an archway, and you enter this lobby, and then there are the room is divided into 12 colors that meet in the middle kaleidoscopically, sort of a geometric fractal pattern around the room, and there are thin hallways that jut out of each with signs over them. And it appears that various meeting halls for the facets are up here. And then there are also offices for each of the speakers. And there is an office that is labeled Kingfisher. So you can go in there if you like.
All right.
So this is just one of the people that.
Well, he's one of the people that is in support of getting more insular
And protecting,
and protecting
purpose, right?
themselves.
Becoming
more
taking matters into their own hands.
isolating, withdrawing, protecting themselves, but the Greys are also supposed to be the ones that do diplomacy or negotiation, foreign and domestic. And Flawless Shore, who was killed in the boat, was also a Grey.
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right?
Good thing we got Una, man.
Yep.
Oh, always.
Hell yeah.
Surely the ultimate update.
Yes, they font
Yeah.
of wisdom.
Yes. And she has.
So you guys want to knock on the door?
Sure.
You hear from inside, "Come in."
Yeah, I'll open the door and walk in.
You guys walk into an office. It's pretty big. It's gray, but there are also lines of the 12 colors that sort of decorate different bits of the room. But a lot of the decor is gray, but it also feels like this is sort of not this person's permanent office. You see a person sitting behind a desk that has a gray mat on top with the lines of the 12 facet colors at the top and the bottom of it, and he's sort of he's got some papers in front of him and he's writing, and he looks up at you all and says,
Oh, hello. How may I be of assistance today? You do realize you're entering the third speaker's office, yes?
Yes, you are the king of the fishers.
Greetings.
Greetings. Yes.
Thank you for your time. I'm a bit busy. Thank you.
If you wouldn't mind, we had some questions for you. Thank you for receiving us.
Yes, well, I am the third speaker. I
Yes.
have a lot of work to do, and
Certainly, we
Yes,
understand. We would be very efficient and quick, Kingfisher.
"Why don't you roll persuasion?" Because he's insulted by homie's joke.
Stop making fun of everybody's name.
Yes, he's the king of fishers.
So-called pacifists.
They're busy.
Very touchy.
19. No, wait. Let me double check here. Yes, 19.
wonderful. Well, I'm happy to speak with you as long as you all remember my full name.
Of course.
Left-handed Kingfisher Marsh's Crest.
Certainly left-handed Kingfisher Marsh's Crest.
Ah,
But
yes.
it's a wonderful
Someone
name.
is listening. Very good.
Now, I would like to introduce you, if it is okay, to my friend, Lord Hans.
Yes, Lord Hans Chumley Tamerwin.
Yes.
Left-handed Kingfisher Marsh's Crest. It is a great honor to make your acquaintance.
Ah, he has some glasses. Oh, wonderful.
I am Lord Hans Chumley of House Tamerwin. My companions, Daphne of Burgonia.
When you say Tamerwin, his eyes sort of linger on you for a second.
Yes,
Tamerwin, ah.
yes, Tamerwin.
And he looks at you.
Je m'appelle Daphne. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, wonderful. Borgonese, yes.
And our companion Una, a seafarer, a worldly
Silent
woman.
one. Very silent. It's wonderful.
And this is Hassam. So,
Lot of silence from this corner of the room. Well, wonderful. How may I help you?
We are assisting the general people of the tower in investigating the murder of
Hushsparkle.
Hushsparkle.
Ah, yes, the murder, horrible it was.
As you all are speaking with him, you get the desk. You see a big bookshelf with a bunch of books on it. You see like a little thing with like little cubbyhole type drawers, little nine little cubbyhole drawers thing over there on the left side of the room. Bookshelf on the right side with a bunch of books. In his desk. He says,
Yes, the murder terrible. She was stabbed, I hear. Stabbed in the doorway of her room. The opposite of pacifism.
Deeply unsettling, I'm sure.
And yes, she was a vocal advocate for doing nothing, from what we gather. Is that so?
Yes, well, that is the way of the black facet. The gray facet. We are all about diplomacy, negotiating, politics, intelligent politics. Whereas the black, they believe the best way to praise Fetlan is to lay on the floor and perhaps never wash oneself.
And your belief is that the tower and the community should isolate itself more from the rest of the world and perhaps take a stance to defend itself more. Is that correct? Or do we have the wrong of it?
Where have you heard that this is my view? Why are you coming to my office to discuss politics?
I think Lord Hans, maybe he misspoke when he said we heard it's your view. What we've heard is there is a growing sense, and perhaps an understandable one from us who are outside of Parvus, to respond to these threats that seem to be emerging by taking a more active hand in defending yourselves. That's all, I think. And that was a growing sense among some of the 100 Holy Ones.
Yes, well, it is, I find it interesting that you have come to me to ask about this, but you are right. I do believe it is time for change.
Yes.
Yes. Our country has been pushed around for far too long. Our people were massacred by the dwarves of Liebenstein, opening throats with their axes, crushing children, families, killing villages in order to take what we believe is a religious artifact from us.
A religious artifact.
Our saltpeter, from which we
Yes.
get gunpowder. Our country has been stepped on for centuries. I believe that an intelligent action would be for us to stop giving everything away to everyone else, close our borders, and pay attention to each other. I think that is the healthy way forward.
How would you all protect yourselves?
Perhaps there could be a certain caste of Tabaxi who learn to fight.
I'm hiding my musket, but
I was also going
but I
to
say I am
What do you think
sympathetic.
of these ideas?
Well,
They sound fantastic. Finally, somebody's
Thank you.
saying something smart in this tower.
I think I've traveled a path like the one you've outlined. I have never presumed to think that this is how all Tabaxi, where they all would travel. But my own parents were butchered by the dwarves, and we were kidnapped and taken to Liebenstag, and I think I've lost my sister as well. So I would not speak out in any opposition to what you are laying out, but it is for, I suppose, the people of Parvus to decide the proper path.
Yes, and so many of the people at Parvus are so stuck in their ways, stuck in the old ways. Just because we did it before does not mean we need to do it again. just because it worked at one time. Our people were enslaved. We were brought here by elves to toil. None of us even remember where we came from. None of us lifted a hand. We had to be freed by halflings. You like that which I say as well?
I think you're the smartest person in this tower so far that we've met.
Ah, very good. Very good to hear. Thank you.
Flawless Shore was also of the Grey Facet, is that right?
Yes.
And did Flawless Shore share these thoughts or these ideas?
No. Flawless Shore, you know, she's of the Grey. He's of the Grey, and the Grey believe in diplomacy.
And you're of the Grey.
I am also of the Grey, but you know, politics and diplomacy mean many things. He felt that spreading peace between all the countries would be smart. But what I have seen is that through our overextension, we have weakened our country. And perhaps for the first time in millennia, it is time to put Parvus first.
What would that mean for the praise of Fetlan?
Now, the praise of Fetlan is at the heart of our culture. There's nothing wrong with that. But look how much we have lost by giving away everything, including our lives. Your family, do you wish to give them away like seeds on a dandelion being blown in the wind, all for the praise of Fetlan? I think that Fetlan wants us to be strong in her name. I think that Fetlan wants us to give it away by keeping.
What do you think of... Are you aware of why the basement beneath the tower has been sealed?
Sealed?
Have you gone down to the basement recently to look at records?
I have not.
No?
No.
Did you ever have any dealings with Entrance, who was studying genealogy and history?
The cousin of Lord Hans here.
Yes.
Yes, Tamerwin, yes?
Yes.
Yes, he was here for some time,
Mm-hmm.
studying, yes.
Did you know him?
I did not know him personally. I saw him, I heard him. He spoke rather loudly in the public mess hall
And
among the pilgrims.
what did you think of his views?
Well, I heard him many times saying that pacifism was our historic way. And, you know, you book-learned chaps, sometimes sometimes one can overthink things, don't you think?
Yes. And who do you think might have committed this murder?
I don't know.
Who would have wanted this person dead?
I think that this murder, or these murders, you think about what happened on the boat,
Yes.
I think that these murders are a flag waving, a clarion call for us. You know, some have even shifted their viewpoints after hearing of these murders. Because we are seeing today, not 20 years ago during the War of the Continent, not 1,000 years ago when Toth was continuing to abuse the Tabaxi slaves, but today we are seeing of the inutility of pacifism. What if we had a police force to protect us? What if we had guards in the halls here in the tower? No one could attack us. No one could take advantage of us.
I've
think
seen
these-
plenty of people get attacked even when there's guards in halls.
I have not. I think that this pacifism could be our death, and these murders are proof of such.
It must be hard to convince others who are so entrenched in their views. You're going against centuries of beliefs and practice. I wonder, that must be a frustrating experience. It must be challenging.
I suppose, but I am patient. You see, our decisions as the 100 Holy Ones, we make them as a group conscience. We come together as 100, and we speakers, we 8 speakers, listen to the people talking to each other in the group. We find the group conscience of the smaller group, and then we bring it in front of everyone. And the first, second, and third speakers are the ones with the most responsibility to summarize what has been spoken and decided. And finally, the first speaker makes the decision that reflects the conscience of the entire group. But we believe that by making decisions this way, Fetlan speaks through us. So I can only share my views and let others hear, and patiently count the time until the worm turns.
Who is the first speaker right now?
Ah, you don't know the name of the first speaker?
I don't think so.
Oh my, his name is known far and wide. I too know this name, and will immediately utter it.
In the interim, while you're looking, how does Jasper look after hearing sort of like these graphic descriptions of what happened, you know, to the tabaxi at the hands of the dwarves and da-da-da-da-da? How's he doing? Game face.
Are you asking Jasper or?
I'm asking David.
He feels very a little emotional, but also, and we can talk about this more when we have a chance to roleplay this.
Yeah.
He feels very suspicious and skeptical of Kingfisher. But it's
The
still
first
it's a very
speaker's
raw,
name is Elegant Heart.
elegant heart.
Yes, of course. And his office is right across the chamber there. And of course, the second speaker is Thunder in the Morning.
And when is the next cycle of you guys' voting? Like if you guys were to decide to make a change?
Ah, yes. Well, twice a year we go to the capital of Athena for the Crystal Forum. And at the Crystal Forum we make decisions in public in front of the people. So at our next meeting is in the month of Luglir.
Out of game, you would associate that with November and December.
The month of Luglir, we will gather at the Crystal Forum for the second time of the year, and we will publicly select our replacements for the following year, and we will make several decisions before we return to the Tower of Contemplation
I'm sorry. How many months is that from
to
now?
contemplate further. Well, it's currently Harrel 5, which is equivalent to September, although some of these months are longer than the others. So
So 2-ish months.
the next month is Soyut, which is 30 days, and then the final month of the year is Luglir, which is 60 days. So it's about 90 days away, which is 2 months.
Okay.
You know from being from this place.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I for one am ready to look for Entrance. I'm concerned about him, and I'm afraid that he's starving down there.
Well, I don't know that he knows.
Entrance.
Yes.
You are, where is Entrance?
Well, we are asking other people, have you seen him?
Oh no, I have not seen
What
him.
do you recall the last time you saw him? We came here, in fact, all the way from Elenia Toth to locate my friend's cousin.
Ah. Well, I last saw him probably 60 days ago. He was speaking in the hall and such, and I imagine he went down to the library as he does. He'd been going back and forth from that library for months.
Thank you. I think we'll continue our search. And I'm sure he's just has his head buried deep in books or something.
Yes, well, I thought you might have a pressing matter that you needed my help with, but happy to answer these questions for you, and hope you are very well.
All this talking about thoughts and thinking, we did come up against something that was interesting.
Sure.
He sees you guys doing what you're doing right now, and he's like,
What?
We have a routine that we do sometimes, but please, I'm sorry, Hassan.
Yeah, well, when we got here, or on the boat on the way over, we were attacked by something that we believe is based off of a thought.
A thought made manifest.
It attacked the boat
A wicked thought.
and killed some of the pilgrims.
In teal and lavender.
Oh my.
Do you know anything about this?
I do not know why a thought would be loose, but I would say this is even more reason to have protection.
Is thoughts breaking loose something that happens here?
I want to inside this guy
Yeah.
to see like what if he's hiding something. I think it's 18. Yeah, 18.
you just want to see if he's hiding something?
Like basically like when I brought up the idea of this thought, like did he already know? Like that kind of recognition, is he trying to hide something, the fact in this conversation?
Regarding the thoughts,
The thoughts manifesting.
Yeah, regarding the thoughts, he is surprised to hear about them attacking people on the boat.
Okay.
Well, if there's nothing else, I must get back to work and continue my studies and preparations.
Of course, thank you for your time. It's very generous.
You know what might be interesting is, since there is a lot of pacifism, if you could figure out where these power thoughts are coming from, perhaps you all can use this to protect yourselves in a positive way.
Yes, to make
Protective
violent
thoughts.
made manifest work for us.
Protective thoughts.
Or
manifest.
dragons.
Lots of ideas, lots of things to contemplate. I think we should
I'm
go.
ready. Yeah, I'm ready to go. You know,
Yes, thank you.
I'm feeling a little peckish.
Left-handed Kingfisher Marsh's crest. We extend our thanks.
Yes.
You are a confusing group. I think that was the only thing you said.
Well, very well.
When you say "and dragons," his face sort of like jumps a little bit when you say that. And he says,
Thank you.
I don't know what kind of good.
I think we get to
Au
our
revoir.
room.
Bye.
he definitely flinched when you said dragons. Alright, bye. Said bye. So you find yourself in this chamber that has, 12 rays of geometric colors emanating out from it, and you're on the 21st floor there, in the floor that has all of the offices and meeting halls.
And are there people around? Can people hear us?
Shall we retire?
I think that's a good idea.
Yes, I'm concerned about Entrance.
Yes. Let's go.
To our room and
Yes.
Trapped
next
in a
floor down.
basement.
Yes, a little dog
Dogs.
talk.
Is it the next floor, the 19th or the 20th floor? We have a
Down,
room reserved
20th.
for us.
20
Can we get there?
Yes.
503.
Do we,
When we
shut the
do,
doors?
Daphne's gonna ritual cast silence on the door.
Yeah!
Yeah, so,
So
alright, we have 10 minutes, we should talk fast.
So, I think, I don't know, but Kingfisher and this movement is connected with Grey Mind.
I wholeheartedly agree.
And the people
Because
who
he's
have
great?
the people who have been killed or disappeared, all, as much as I sympathize and agree in principle with some of the things he's saying, it is subverting and disturbing the balance here in this regime.
Yes.
And all the people who would be expected to speak out against it, including somebody who vociferously believes in doing nothing, and Flawless Shore, who was a true Grey, who believed in diplomacy, and Trance, who valued very much the tradition of pacifism, they've all either been killed, or hopefully not in Trance's case, but he was all the way from the rest of the tower.
The question is, are they working for the Grey Mind wittingly or unwittingly?
I don't know.
Well, and you would think that the Grey Mind, it would be, forgive the metaphor, but easier pickings if they were to do nothing. So why encourage fighting back, as it were?
Well, because I think they are more about disturbing
Discord.
the balance and
Yes.
and creating, as we saw in Elenia Toth, and may now actually be happening again.
Fomenting strife.
Yes, and turning people against each other.
Well, the Leithakash seem to want a blood sacrifice, from what we heard about
Yes.
the Queen sacrificing people, and
Yeah, perhaps.
there's no better way to
Hush.
do that than to start wars.
Yeah, and Hush, and can you imagine if Parvus pulled away from this pact, what the dwarves of Liebenstock might do if they were given free reign? I don't trust.
Yes.
I don't know if it's wittingly or unwittingly,
It's
but
the
every
mistress.
time there was any discussion of something about the monster attacking the boat, this Kingfisher turned it back into, well, this is why we should change centuries of tradition.
I think my suspicion is that Tale of Wonder knew that his thoughts might be detected.
What do you mean?
Yes.
I think he didn't want to think about the thoughts
Mm.
because his thoughts are being read.
Do you have you've gained all sorts of powers recently?
Yes, I
in
can
studies.
I can detect people's thoughts. Although I almost did it on Tale of Wonder, except he might have interpreted it as hostility.
Would he know?
He would know.
Hmm. Well, I think.
Well, I can't help
He-
but
he
think
would've-
that thoughts come out of minds, like gray
Grey
minds.
minds. Yes.
In that vein about these dark thoughts, and she looks kind of uncomfortable, but I am concerned about tomorrow, that based on what happens on the boat, I might be a liability.
Oh no, we couldn't do this without you.
But
You're healing.
But I don't, right, and I'm happy to go, but in the event that what happens on the boat happens down there, I think I just want everyone to be ready.
What can we do to help? To
Let's
protect
see.
you and protect ourselves.
I'm looking for right
Frankly, I
now.
would be concerned about you as well.
Yeah. Maybe if we went down there, but we brought all the pilgrims with us and we put them in front of us. No, that wouldn't
Meat
work.
shields, yes.
It was an area effect.
Oh.
It didn't stop
Oh, that's
after
right.
it hit somebody.
That's right.
Maybe if we all just told each other all of our deepest, darkest secrets and thoughts tonight, then they'd all be gone.
I think that's an excellent idea. Daphne, you go
Again,
first.
That's great. Yes.
I'll go last. Not that I actually have that many.
Yeah.
Nothing to
There's nothing like
distract us
kicking up
with.
trauma the night before, a big day of fighting.
Daphne, do you know this spell of protection from evil?
Do I know this spell? I might.
That's an interesting name. I wonder what it does.
But it's very complicated.
Well, it's protection from good and
The spell speaks of. I'm insulted.
Yes, I do know this one.
Yes, me as well.
Oh.
Perhaps we should learn it. It only lasts 10 minutes and it's only one creature. But certain creatures then can't frighten you or charm you.
But what do we think about what is a thought,
Well, this thing we dealt with was definitely evil, don't you think?
Well,
Yes,
yes,
but it's
but
the
there's
spell,
only specific
yes.
kinds of evil.
There are
Yes.
stipulations on the spell.
Yes.
Jasper, it is aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Hey guys, you know what? If we get into trouble, I'm just gonna do the same awesome thing I did with And we're gonna be great.
It's
I'm not 100% clear on what it was. but it was
I now
awesome.
feel like we'll be fine. But just as a backup, I think this protection from evil idea is a good.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think also if we think the third speaker, Kingfisher, is the guy, we should probably go through his shit when he's not in his room.
Well, and there were 2 others. I don't want to spend time interviewing everyone, but there were 2 others we learned. We're in league with them.
Think
Blue
he's somehow
String
connected,
and
he's
Hidden
probably going to
Depths.
have some kind of weird
They're down
writings
on
like
the
the
first-
Queen did.
what did we think of ancient fish also?
Ancient fish, I just kept thinking that. Remember how that thing we had could hear what we were saying?
Mm.
I just kept thinking her necklace was weird.
Yes, I think there were very convenient gaps in what she claimed to know and not to know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust any of these cats.
No.
So you're saying we should blow up the tower?
Except you.
Well, Hassan, I'm not suggesting anything. Hypothetically, if we killed them all,
Is the silence still good?
Depends, yes.
Okay.
none of them would fight back.
Yeah.
Some of them
I mean,
would.
I mean,
Some murderous.
we could try it and not kill them, but just attack them to see which one would actually defend themselves.
I
I
think I'm
did-
going to
I
put
did
my foot
consider-
down.
Threatening one of those white
I think the
doves.
ones
Yeah.
who are speaking most strongly about defending themselves are the ones we can trust the least.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I think, though, that if we were to throw them down 20 flights of stairs, they would be less equipped to defend themselves.
Okay. We could
I'm
no
so
longer hold ourselves out as heroes, I think. Why don't we
Yes.
get a good
Just a
night's lesson?
hypothetical, just a hypothetical.
That's
Yeah, we're just making jokes here.
It's possible that Entrance will be able to tell us more. I have a feeling that he knows something about this
I hope he's still
conspiracy.
alive.
Yeah.
But I do think that if we think this guy is in league with Grey Mind, we should go through his room when he's not in it.
How would we get in his room? I'm sure you have
I mean,
ways
there's lots of
or
ways to get
ideas.
into a room.
Right, but
And to get into a room undetected.
especially, I think that might be easiest if one was not a humanoid.
Yeah, I mean, I could fly into a room,
I could,
or not fly,
I
but
could
spider
turn
into a
invisible
room.
and go.
Yeah, we have ways, but we gotta make sure he's not in the room and no one else sees us.
I don't know, going into the third speaker's room. Right now we're guests.
I vote that we find Entrance without any further distractions. I'm worried about him.
Right, I am afraid of what would happen if we are caught before we are able to help your cousin.
And before we're able to prove for sure that he's in league with Grey Mind.
And if he's alive, he might know more.
All right.
If he's alive.
But Hassan, as I hear they say in the chop, you do you. Doesn't get it.
Do me a solid, bro.
Meaning, if you
so
want to try
the,
that tonight, you should.
No, he's not. Unless
You could be a
because
mouse.
one, we
Yeah.
have to find his room.
The silence wears off.
Okay.
All right.
Alright, well, this was a very fun day with lots of stairs. My calves are on fire. I'm going to go to bed.
Yes.
Should we take watches?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
And I'm gonna do the mage armor trick, Jake.
I'll do last one.
Great.
And Una's gonna walk over to Daphne and go, I got this for you, and give you the medicine kit.
Oh, how did you get this?
I just asked for it.
I'm very impressed. Merci beaucoup. I will put this to good use.
But you do have a date next week now, Daphne.
Oh, that poor kid.
So you guys are setting watches.
Yeah.
Who's on watch?
I'm last.
I can go first.
I'll take the
You rest. I'll go first.
All right. I'll sleep the whole night if you guys want to.
Let's do 3 watches.
I could do
Yeah, I'm
one.
feeling pretty good. I can stay up.
So 1, 2,
I'm
3.
last.
Everyone who's watching, roll a d20.
11.
15.
Nothing happens.
No girl with pigtails.
Not in this case.
Have you seen my dad?
So you all are in. You're all sharing one room that is probably meant for two people. There are sort of bunk, smaller beds, one on each side of the room, and a wider, expansive floor. And it's pretty much empty because it's an unoccupied room. So it's just two marble beds with a crystal bedside table. Just the absolute bare minimum stuff is in this room, but it's safer than the downstairs, you imagine. And you all sleep. The three of you are on watch, and the night passes. So anything that you would do on a long rest, you want to make sure you do, and you wake up in the morning, 6 a.m., bright and early.
Smells good.
Here's 16 good berries, everybody.
Yay.
Each?
Thank
Yep.
you.
Whoa.
Surrounded by the hum of the crystal, 55 floors of crystal. So we've got an hour and 20 minutes left until 10. I imagine everyone wants to end right at 10. Yeah.
I thought we were gonna.
I thought we were going till 10:30 because we started at 6:30, but
Well,
oh yeah, whatever.
humans.
I gotta go to bed at 10.
Humans with their needs.
Gotta get it.
Some have work, others have work.
Yeah.
Many of us also have work. So, with an hour and 20 minutes left, do you want to take a short break?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Short break.
Quick one, yeah.
A little
Alright.
short break.
So, you all, you wake up, and there you are, in the room that was given to you on the white facet floor. And what are you up to?
Well, after we eat, I think we should go investigate the room of Hush Sparkle, and then proceed on down to the basement.
Yes.
Black floor, 9th floor, I guess.
Yes, we are. Our plan is to stop by briefly to Hush Sparkle's room and investigate, and then head on down to the basement and hit the wall with some sort of magic.
Poison, perhaps.
Do you guys want to just fast forward to there?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hush Sparkle's room.
I'm also just curious with the group. Is there information in Hush Sparkle's room that we feel will help our basement exploration, or should we beeline for the basement and investigate the murder later?
It's a good question. I wonder how long we'll be in the basement, and frankly, whether we'll come out. And we did discover some information that had been overlooked when we investigated the murder of the Mage College,
This is
including
true.
the murder weapon.
That you now have.
Yeah, maybe I'll get another adamantium
And what
short
was
sword
left there? There was like a bead or something.
and a blue bead.
Yeah. These murders, they seem like they may be connected.
Well, if we find another blue bead, then we're definitely
Then we're on the track.
Blue bead killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I say we take just a couple minutes and
Fine.
Alright,
investigate.
let's go through the door.
Yeah.
Or the room.
Okay. You guys, so you head on down to the 9th floor, which is the black facet floor, and somebody directs you to Hush Sparkle's room. It's kind of easy to find because the door is open, and yeah, it's a little strange. This room hasn't been cleaned out yet, but there are some strings that are across the door that maybe are supposed to indicate that people are not supposed to go in there. The strings are white.
Color of investigation.
White strings are across the door, perhaps indicating that people are not supposed to go into the room. Yeah, there you are, standing in front of the door. Everything on this floor is black. It's a black floor. It's
Should
where
we
the-
try to entrapment ourselves through? You just
Jasper
take the string
climbs up.
down.
Jasper climbs up the wall and goes through the opening above the strings and then climbs back down the wall.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
So
How tall are these strings? Can we just go underneath it?
yeah, you can.
Let's walk on.
Fucking do it. Yeah. You go under it because you're small, and he goes over it because he's a cat, and all of our humans are just like, strings.
Yeah.
And it just walks through them like they're a cobweb. Shit, like,
Una stumbles through the strings and knocks him off the door frame.
Everyone takes their own path to our common
Oh,
destination.
that was easy. Yes, it's like cutting the Alexandrian knots.
Yeah, after you two make it through, Una just sort of knocks it over, and you two are peeking in the threshold. And you see a room that has a lot of the color black in it, and it is very undecorated. Nothing is hanging on the walls, and there's a bed, there's a wardrobe, there's a writing table, lots of black, lots of dark wood. You know, in other rooms you might think that someone might have other colors to sort of contrast, but everything's just either black or sort of a ebony, dark mahogany wood.
From what we can see, it does look like. Is there blood on the ground, or is that cleaned up?
Were you looking for blood on the ground?
Yeah, because they said she was stabbed 4 times in the back in her doorway.
Yeah.
5
Roll perception or investigation.
Can somebody help me?
I'm going
Yes.
to guide you. Make sure that you
Yeah.
are looking,
Sweet. Is
Against
someone
the
else
black.
helping? Anyone else have perception?
I have perception.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That's. What's this say? That's 22 plus 8, 30.
Holy shit!
Smelling.
As you bend down to examine the black floor tiles near the floor, they look pretty clean, but as you get closer and closer and closer to them,
Zoom in. Zoom in.
Enhance!
Enhance. Yeah.
you see little bits of dried blood that still remain in the cracks of the floor tiles. It looks like someone tried to clean this area and they did a pretty good job, but there's still a little tiny bit of dried blood in between the tiles.
And it's on the inside, not the outside of the room.
Yeah.
Awesome. What do you see?
I see dried blood here, only on the inside of the room, not on the outside.
Do you think she was attacked from within the room?
Well, does it from the blood spat? I mean, I don't know if I know some forensic science in this, but does
I
the
can
blood
help with
spatter
this.
go towards the room or out of the room? Like, which direction does it go?
You wanna
Can I
help
do a medicine check?
with- Yeah.
A 19.
Yeah, it looks like somebody was stabbed while standing in the open door.
Right.
So she
was the stabbing
facing
coming
up.
from outside or inside? Is the question, I think.
Yeah. So if somebody stabbed me this way, the blood would be going this direction as opposed to backwards.
Hey, good job! It's peeing in the litter box.
Hey!
Woo!
Good.
You're great. You did it. We love you. I need like one more investigation check to go with her medicine check.
Investigation. I think.
Lord
that's
Hans.
your department.
What am I doing?
You're like sketching something or writing a book over there. You writing your next book?
You are
Investigating.
helping. I am analyzing the blood splatter, and you are helping.
All right, I'm helping.
What?
Did you roll investigation for me?
I did 11.
11.
You are not helping.
I rolled a 4, but
Does anyone have investigation?
Alright, well you rolled
I
like
do.
a 30 with your perception, so combined with a medicine check, you can put together that this person was stabbed in the back from outside the room, in the open door, and you derive this from the little motes of blood.
Yeah, right.
There's a little feathering on the one drop.
Look,
Yes.
a hair.
Because you all are a CSI.
Fucking- we got the black light going and we're looking at the thing.
I say yes, David.
Here, put
From
this in a
outside,
vial.
so-
Meanwhile, Una's
Yes.
just gonna go back looking for a bed to look in
Totally.
exactly the same spot where she found the other sword.
The dagger
She's
underneath.
just looking to see.
Under the bed?
Yeah.
Hamburger.
Alright, roll a perception or investigation. Up to you.
My perception is gonna be 14.
You don't notice anything, but One thing you do notice is that the bed is really messy. Not like there's been a struggle, but it looks like no one has ever made it. And the sheets are dirty.
Jess was going to look through the, what did you describe? There was like a bedside table or some drawers or something.
There's a bedside table, there's a wardrobe, there's a bed.
Yeah, look through the bedside table.
Alright. Investigation or perception?
Hassan's also going to be ransacking the bed, taking off all the sheets and everything, just to go through everything.
Okay, roll perception.
21.
Okay.
Can you help me?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
You rolled the wrong way,
Wow,
man.
it
That,
really
that,
did.
that first.
Yeah, it went from an 18 to a 2. That's
No.
so 10.
So in the bedside table, you find like that the bottom of the drawer sort of comes up,
Oh.
like not like it was meant to be a secret passage, but just that the pressed wood that's in the bottom of the drawer sort of is tacky and kind of moves as you're looking around.
Try to look underneath that. See if
Sure.
you can-
Roll acrobatics to see if you get a splinter or sleight of hand. Roll sleight of hand.
Don't worry, I can take it out.
24. I'm
Nice.
rolling strong today.
You don't get a splinter.
This time.
Man skills.
And you find a piece of paper.
I was ready to use my inspiration on that. By the way.
Wow. I love that. I love that. Somebody used their inspiration for something really fun last time, too. Anyway, you find a piece of paper.
I did the steel
Yes!
medicine
Yeah, we
kit
both did. I used
to
it and
intimidate
failed.
the guy for the
Yeah.
medicine
Yeah,
kit.
Okay.
But we got it.
Hey everyone, look! Here's a piece of paper that was hidden underneath
Whoa.
this drawer.
Zutador!
What's it say?
It's got messy charcoal handwriting on it,
Ooh.
and it says, "Stop talking."
Is it similar writing that we've ever seen before?
You can roll history. It's jagged charcoal writing.
Can we tell if it was written with a right hand or a left?
Like a left-handed kingfisher from the
Let's see,
smudge.
so what did you ask?
I asked
seen
if,
it before?
if any of us has ever
So
seen
you roll history, you roll investigation.
I'm good at
I
that.
saw
Oh,
similar
man.
writings in Elenia Toth.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh,
But it's a natural 20!
I also got a natural 20!
Yes!
Guys, when we get in the dungeon, we're all gonna be rolling ones. And
Yeah.
twos.
Alright, it doesn't matter.
I just rolled a 1 and a 2 on advantage on the last roll. So,
You guys both rolled nat 20.
yeah.
So,
We defeat
Greymine. Yeah. We know who Greymine is now.
it looks like writing you saw scribbled in the corner on Kingfisher's desk, and it's written with the left hand.
He just written with a left hand!
Yes.
This note is from the Kingfisher.
So Kingfisher was
You
telling
guys got a lot out of stop talking and a couple dots of blood on the
this furthers my suspicion of Kingfisher.
Yes.
Yes.
I knew it.
I think Kingfisher is in league with Greymine. It's
I agree.
Greymine's servant.
I agree.
Maybe we should just go take him out.
Sure.
I'm worried about Entrance.
Let's do it. Let's take him out right now.
I can't. Please, let's
Let's
save my cousin.
we'll
It's-
get on trance.
Yes. There will be consequences to
Wait.
it.
And then we can do it.
But we just like saying this stuff out loud right now. We were worried about being heard earlier. We're
That's-
not gonna have
that's-
more time later, I don't think.
Oh, to go get him right now?
How could we? I mean, how could we convince anyone that we have no proof really?
What would we do to him?
You could.
I mean, I think we need to go through his room.
Oh.
But isn't it morning now? Isn't he working?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. But if we're gonna stop him, people were worried about people hearing things, and we're in the crime scene and we're saying things out loud, so.
Yes, but we were just joking.
Yes. That would be it. Yes.
There's. Shall we look in the wardrobe too?
Sure.
Jasper will look in the wardrobe.
Nothing in it.
Okay. Well,
I'm just thinking back to just hear me out. if that dude is in league with the Grey Mind, and if the Grey Mind is equivalent to Galactikosh, and we think about what it was like fighting the Queen, maybe I'm not ready to go upstairs and fight that guy right now.
Well, that's also why we need to take him by surprise as opposed to have him prepare.
Well,
Because we fought the Queen on the Queen's timetable.
I just wonder if the information that if Antrance is down there and he has some information or another wizard that we could bring up with us, that might help.
I'm also in favor of taking the stairs down
Of going to the.
instead of going back up.
Up to the door.
You're more in favor of going down?
Yes, it is easier.
Yes, of course. I've heard people use this way of making decisions, and this is like Eenie something Mo, and this sounds as
I'd like to try to use.
persuasive.
I don't know if this will work, but I'd like to try to use my magic awareness to look around the room and see if there's anything magical or that would make us think that somebody could be listening to what we're saying in this room right now.
Okay, you use an action to use your magic awareness, which would basically be like casting detect magic, so something would glow if it was not behind full cover that you can see, and you don't detect anything magical in this room besides the stuff that you all are carrying that's magical. And the Galactikosh necklace is in the lead box.
It's in the mage.
We left that at the.
Where did we
didn't
leave
we?
that?
No, I have
Oh,
it.
you still have it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, I said we didn't leave
Yeah.
it here, but you guys didn't want to,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
I
right.
put it in the lead box and I'm holding it.
That's right.
And then we got zapped for
You
30
did like
days.
Frodo, yeah.
Nice.
It's fine.
When you have the ability to detect danger, though, right?
I do.
Okay, I'm a little torn, and I don't want to belabor this, but maybe it's worth going by Kingfisher's room. But it's up to you.
All I'm saying is if we don't do it now, the next time we meet him, he's gonna be.
But
What
how
are
do
we gonna do?
How do
That's
we?
like we're gonna
People
go
will
up
be
there
walking around. They'll see us. What are we doing there? I don't know that we can do this so discreetly.
Check out his room.
Yeah. These are there are corridors. There are tabaxi walking around.
I don't know. We could break in.
Right. I think people would notice.
There's windows, right?
But I think he's like, doesn't he work there? Isn't he like in
No, he
his
had-
office? Oh, you mean
He
his
means his
bedroom?
quarters.
Like his actual
Oh, his
place.
quarters.
Yeah.
Oh, then
Or
he
I mean, we
probably
can try that area too. I don't know. I don't know where you think they would hide all their secret
All I
shit.
know is based on the time of evening
Yeah.
it is in real life, if you want to do one of the two things, you should do it. Otherwise, you'll be interrupted in the middle of it, I'm sure.
Jake just said we could do the entire dungeon this evening, like the next 20 minutes.
I'm pretty sure if we go into the dungeon, it's gonna be multiple days, just like our previous encounter in another dungeon, and then when we come back, shit's gonna
Fair
happen.
enough. What do we want to restrain him or do we want to kill him?
Well, I thought you just wanted
I
to
think we're just trying
investigate
to search his room, but I'm just trying to understand what we can find in his room that's gonna help us to get out of
Something
the basement.
that's similar to this writing
talking.
A
that we
journal.
have. I mean, remember when we went to the Queen shit? She had the writing stuff. She had the necklace thing. You know, it's like we're trying to find something similar that would pin him towards Greymine if we think he is in league with Greymine.
Alright.
Alright. Daphne's gonna start.
What
up the
floor is
stairs.
the gray lodging floor though?
It's above 9, is it not?
I don't know,
Yeah, I think
I don't
so.
remember
We know
where
that-
the grays
We
lodged.
were watching the different colors as we go up and down.
Yeah, he skipped for us last time.
Well,
It's somewhere between 9 and 19.
You
I
guys
know
would
16 was yellow.
Yep, 16 was yellow, 19 was beige.
You guys would easily be able to find that the gray floor is the 17th floor.
17. So we're heading up.
Yes.
You all about that.
I'll
I'm just
offer,
telling you my thoughts.
I'll offer Daphne a
How
piggyback
should
ride.
we
Yes, please.
quietly and like how should we? get in. There'll be a quarter. There'll be doors. I guess we'll just play it by ear.
Does somebody have lockpicks?
What's that?
Does anyone have lockpicks?
Yes.
Alright, well, maybe.
I mean,
Do we know which
Well, I
room
have
is his?
lockpicks.
They're just numbered. Somebody's got to tell us which
also
room
we'll
is
have
his.
to be discreet, and it's the middle of the morning. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how popular people are just walking around the halls. And, you know, you like to talk. Maybe
As you
can
guys
talk.
are talking, somebody from the Black Facet walks by and looks at you funny, and then keeps walking.
Good morning. Hello.
The person leaves.
The good thing is they don't do anything here.
Actually, they do nothing, which is something.
Yes, that's true.
Indecision, after all, is a decision. Okay, so we go to the 17th floor. We take frequent breaks as we go along. And
No, I got
She's
down
and
doing
down
yet somehow I'm still out of breath
Uh,
Yes.
okay.
So you guys go to the 17th floor, the Gray Facet, the Gray Facet residence floor. All right. By the time you get there, it's about 8 a.m. and you enter a gray lobby. There are different shades of gray. There's darker gray, medium gray, lighter gray.
How many shades of gray are there?
Definitely 49.
Uh-huh.
So there are, some couches and tables and stuff, and the art is way easier to like see than the white or black floors art that's in gray. And there are some hallways that have rooms, similar to the other ones. 3 hallways shooting off with rooms.
Are there anybody about?
You don't see anybody.
Okay. We'll pick a corridor, and of course we don't know what room.
That's what I said. How are we gonna know which room is his?
Hmm.
Well, presumably, if he's a speaker, it's maybe a nicer room or bigger.
Probably. Yeah.
Should we just start going down the left corridor or the central?
Where did we find the guy that was
Ancient fish?
Yeah. What area was he in?
She.
Or she in
She
her
was-
areas?
Well, she was in room 193, 209 on the white floor. She was in the left hallway.
Let's go somewhere similar to that area and see if that's where important people are maybe in their areas.
Okay.
All right, you head over there, and all the rooms look the same from the outside, except for the numbers. Somebody walks by.
Good morning.
Good morning. Would you like to engage in diplomacy with me?
Oh.
Yes.
Ah, wonderful. I love to study diplomacy. My name is Wrinkling Chains, and I am of the Grey Facet.
Hi, Wrinkling Chains.
I'm fascinated by the gray facet. I think you must provide one of the most valuable services for all of Parvus.
Ah, yes.
Any of the colors.
Would you like to join us? I see you have weapons.
I don't know if it would be proper for me to join you, but I would love to learn more about everything that you engage in. We come from Elenia Toth, and I'm sure there's a lot of diplomacy that you've engaged in Elenia Toth.
Oh, yes. You speak so eloquently. I think you would make a great Grey Facet member. Would you like to join the monks, put down all your weapons, and become a pacifist?
Perhaps someday that would be wonderful. I can imagine that day happening. Who are among the most learned of the gray members of the Gray Facet?
She says some names.
Is Kingfisher among them?
The most learned?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, and you all reside here on this floor peacefully.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
It's fascinating. Yes. And do who do you like to spend your time with when you're not working?
You know, I am thinking, this is a private residence hall. I wonder, what is your business up here? Are you looking for anyone? Perhaps wrinkling shades?
Oh, of course. Yes, well, we were interested in learning more about the gray facet, so we learned that there were these different residence floors and thought we would come here. Yesterday we visited some of the other floors, like the white floor.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you know, the pilgrims, we administer to them on the first floor. That is the place to go. Well, if you wish to join the Grey Facet, let me know. I must go do some diplomacy. You know, that is what I do.
Oh, very good.
Starts to
Listen,
walk
we
away.
had been looking for Kingfisher. We talked to him yesterday. Do you know which room is his?
Which room is Kingfisher?
Yes.
Of course, that room.
Over there. Oh, we'll go knock
Yes.
on that door.
And my room is over there.
Does
I will
that
take
mean
note.
your equal stature of importance in the group?
That is a deep philosophical question. You know, we are all equals in the eyes of Fetlan.
That's
I must
true.
go do diplomacy now.
Great.
Alright. We should probably check if that.
Bust the
They're
wire.
there, right?
Well, we should probably knock in case he's there.
exactly.
What would we be asking him if he shows up? Maybe just to ask who else feels the same way he does. It just occurred to us.
We'll ask him about the dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door. And the door opens up, and you see a room that looks a lot like his office, except it has a bed in it. And of course, you're seeing it over his shoulder. And you see a gray bed with gray pillows, but you also see a smaller gray desk, and it has that gray thing over it with the 12 lines that represent the facet colors. And there is a bookshelf full of books, and there's a little thing with shelves, and there's a mantle over a fireplace, and there are little gray miniatures on the mantle. Yeah, and so he sees you all, and
I go, oh, my stomach, and then I take off. I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna just start running towards his office.
okay.
Oh.
So he
I
sees
wonder
you
what
all.
happened to Hassan. Was it something we ate this morning?
He opens the door and he sees you all, and he's wearing a casual robe that maybe is what he sleeps in, and he says, "What are you doing here in my room?
Oh, good morning, Kingfisher. We had a
I
couple.
recognize you from yesterday."
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
What's his full name?
Left-handed
Bonjour.
Kingfisher, Marcia's Crest.
Left-handed Kingfisher Marcia's Crest. Good morning. What a wondrous day this is.
Yes. Please come in.
Thank you. We're very intrigued by some of the thoughts you shared with us yesterday, and we
He
wondered if we
steps
might
back
have
into the
another
room
moment.
and beckons you in.
Great.
Please. Yes. Yes, the thoughts. I remember you were asking about a dragon, yes?
Yeah. Can we talk about it privately?
Yes. Of course. We can speak about it right here.
No, I mean you and me, like out in the hall. I have some questions.
Oh, anything. I'm sure you can ask us in front of your friends.
Actually, I can't.
Oh. Well, he jumps at you and starts to try to attack you.
Whoa!
So let's take a couple moments to get some stuff going.
Guess I don't have to show him the note. Well done, Una.
I want to know what the private questions we're going to do.
We lost our wild animal shape person.
Don't worry, I'll be
No,
going
I
through
think
his
he's doing
office.
other stuff.
Yeah, I'll be going through his office while he gets items.
Ah!
Yeah. Yeah, you guys will be done and be like, I found the fruit, guys!
Oh! A Zingerman's box.
Yum.
the sour cream coffee cake box.
How far away from his room do you think that you got?
Ooh.
My guess would be probably what, 5 rounds of them talking?
Is that 50 seconds or 5 minutes? I forget.
Oh, it would be 6 times whatever he
Yeah,
said.
that'd be
So
like
30
30
seconds.
seconds.
I have to see you to message you.
A minute? How long do you think it was?
Oh, I can mess. I am going to message to Hassan. Well, when I have an action, I will message to Hassan to come back and that we're under attack.
Yes, it's gonna be like, I'm searching
It's
the room.
120 feet.
Well, it depends on how far I've been going.
Yeah,
120 feet would be.
you're probably at least 30.
I'll roll a d6. You said 6 or 5 or something.
I would say 5 probably.
All right, so I'll roll a d4, and that'll be how many rounds away you are.
Okay.
And you travel 30 feet around.
25.
25.
Okay, well, that little box I just went in the kitchen and opened just happened to be a miniature for this guy. So
Yeah.
Ooh,
we got it today.
I noticed all these people themselves have miniatures.
Yes. Should have looked at those more closely in the room.
So right before he attacked, he looked at Una and said, "Roll initiative."
He didn't say shit.
Yeah, he surprised
He looked at you and he went, and he flew at you.
Ooh.
Here, take.
That sounds
He's a fucking
vampire-y.
ninja is what he is.
It's not higher.
That's cool.
Man, that's no tabaxi.
That's definitely a tabaxi.
Whoa.
Tabaxi ninja.
That's a pirate
Serious.
tabaxi right there.
You motherfucker.
Hard to believe he's the third speaker. Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Ooh.
That's over there.
People shout out initiatives 2 at a time.
17.
22.
Okay, hold. Has 22 and Lord Han 17. Go.
9.
Twa.
Wow.
Yep.
One is 9. Daphne's 3. Alright, what's Jasper?
7.
Oh, you already said that, I guess.
No.
That's what I had already, weirdly.
Must have been your last one.
Did everybody say it?
Yep.
Alright.
Wait, does your initiative go up as you level up?
Only if your dex goes up.
Oh, okay. I got it.
There's a lot of feats that can increase your initiative.
That's true.
22, 20.
That's true. That's one that gives you
So everybody gave me
massive.
their shit. Alright.
Surprise, motherfuckers!
So yeah, you guys step into the room and you're having this conversation and she says that to him and he goes like this, draws some blades and hisses and dives towards you. And did everybody put themselves where they want to be in there?
Where's
Oh.
the door?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Let's say the door is here. I can mark that with a die.
I can be anywhere.
And he got you to step in. Let's see.
Yeah, be kind of over there.
Man, he has a spacious room.
Yeah. Should I make it smaller?
Nice.
No.
It's just like a really nice room.
Let's say that there is nothing on the outside edge. So the room is now smaller than it was.
More claustrophobic.
So the wall is now we lose an outside edge. All right, I'm gonna put you here, This is fine. Yeah. Alright,
Who is that?
that's the
the
door.
door.
Oh, okay.
So, I can make it a square.
I know what she's doing.
Where all my squares go, sir? Oh, you put them on another thing. Oh, my squares. Alright, that's the door.
We did it all. We got into battle.
You're right. With a pacifist, even.
Yeah, we're the pacifist. I'm impressed.
With swords.
Alright,
Call yourself a
so
pacifist.
he's gonna run up to Una. If you want to just move him for me and put him right in front of Una. He's gonna run up to Una and try to hit her. And he hits. And it is a critical hit. And so, let's see.
Yeah, it's a vocal sword, so her head goes up.
Ooh, I'm not liking the sound.
So that's 11 damage to start. And please make a con save.
What am I?
It's in there.
That's in there.
Do you have an inspiration, maybe? I don't know.
Is that your saving throw modifier
Yeah.
goes with that? Okay, then that's a 14.
You, as this blade hits you, you hear whispers in your mind, and you take 10 psychic damage on top of the 11.
Ouch.
And let's see. And because he has advantage, this is a sneak attack.
Oh, man.
So it's 13 more damage. And so that is 21, 34.
Whoa.
So that's
It's a spicy meatball.
Yeah.
so that's 16 out of 50 that you're at.
Yep.
And then he
Captain?
hits you with his offhand short sword there.
And how many attacks does he get?
Well, that was only one so
Oh, that
far.
was one.
At least another one.
Yeah.
And that's a 16 to hit. So that hits. And that is 7 damage on that one. So you're down to 9. And as he's doing this, there is a little window in one of the walls, one of those little niche-sized windows that's in one of the walls. And out of that window flies an owl. And the owl starts wheeling around the room.
Is it purple owl?
This is the miniature I have for it, so this will be. And the owl flies around, gives him advantage, and then goes and perches on top of the little mailbox thing. So he'll have advantage on his next hit because of that guy. And it is Lord. It is Hassum's turn.
Would I know something is happening?
I don't think so, unless you.
So then I'm probably still walking towards his.
All right,
Where's
Lord,
Lance?
you're up.
Didn't you message him to come back?
Well,
He
that
has
would
to
have
take
to be
his
my
action.
action. And I haven't used it yet.
Yeah, you can. Why don't you roll a d6 and tell me what you get?
You can use those blue ones then.
Yeah, using my dice. 3.
Alright.
But I don't know how far away.
You are gonna have to do it as an action on your turn, and you are 2 rounds away.
Okay.
2 turns away. Alright, so Lord Hans, you're up.
Hold person on the Catman.
Wait,
Catman Doom.
what?
Hold, yeah.
Where's Catman?
Oh, not you. Hold person on left-handed Kingfisher Marsh's Crest.
He casts Counterspell
Oh,
Ah.
snaps.
as his reaction. Anything else on your turn?
Well, can I cast a cantrip? No?
Bonus action?
Unless
It'd have to be a bonus action spell.
Yeah, no. Then no.
Alright, Una, you're up.
I would like to rage.
Roll a d10, please.
It's a 4.
You must teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Until your rage ends, you can use this effect again on each of your turns as a bonus action. When you use this ability, you and one randomly selected creature within 5 feet of you each take 4 force damage. So maybe you teleport near him so that you're both damaged, or you teleport away and take 4 damage and then you're farther away from him.
Does he get an opportunity attack from when you teleport?
No.
No. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna teleport away from this motherfucker. I'm gonna go over here for a second.
Okay, you take 2 force damage, and you have an action left.
Clarification question: if I don't attack, my rage goes away,
Correct.
and I have to
What do you take
re-rage.
damage?
Okay.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Is it rage or is it
Yeah, I thought it was
attack or damage?
Yeah, I thought it was that.
If you know, I trust you. Just tell me.
I'm not 100% sure.
I will look it up.
Can you eat good berries as a bonus action?
No.
um,
It ends early if you are knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn, or taken damage since then.
Yeah, so she just did that.
So you can stay in rage.
okay, so I'm staying in rage and I'm eating 16 good berries.
Yeah! Oh, well, you have to
I
eat one at a
just-
time.
I teleported over to the corner and just.
This is like good berry juice dripping down.
What's your 23, yeah?
Yeah.
7 plus 16? Alright, so you go over there and you want to use your movement at all. Alright, Jasper,
no,
you're up.
Fine.
Jasper, you're up. Yes. Well, I guess for my action, I'm going to message to Hassam to get his ass back here because we're under attack, and Una's almost dead.
Alright.
So that's my action.
That's your action. You get one bonus action?
I'll get a bonus action, and I can move.
Yep.
So what are these?
The long thing is the bed. And
It's like,
this is like a little mailbox drawers thing.
Okay.
And this is a bookshelf.
okay. And well, I'm gonna send some words of inspiration over to Una, and I'm just gonna. I think so. The door's here.
The door's that square. The
square?
door's that
Okay.
cube.
Okay. I'm just gonna get out into the hallway. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and just be kind of away from this guy for the rest of the turn.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
Alright, so, yep, good. Alright, so Daphne, you're up.
I would like to try hold person also.
Okay,
Excellent.
very good.
So it's a DC 15 wisdom.
Before we go to your turn, well, fuck it.
Or what?
Before we go to your turn, he's gonna take a legendary action and cast invisibility on himself. So it is your turn.
Well, okay, so I guess I'm not doing that. So I
This will mark where you saw him last.
will summon my spiritual weapon. So it's the big old gross bird. And I'm gonna summon it by the owl thing and attack the owl thing.
Nice.
DMs never attack the familiar. Players know. Attack the fucking familiar.
Yep.
It is a big bird, it will eat a little bird.
Roll to hit.
Yeah. That's only a 13.
It's got the stats of an owl, so it's got
Got
an
him.
AC 11.
Get him.
Great. Oh, that's max damage. So
Get 'em.
13 force as it goes. Rum!
So you can describe more of the
Yeah, it's.
owl's death
I
if you
mean,
want.
yeah, it's a big ass bird, right? So it just opens its like jaws and just.
So
The owl's just gone.
when that happens, you hear "No!" from the invisibility, and the guy's position is revealed because he made a noise. So I guess you still have disadvantage on attacking him while he's invisible, but
Sure.
you know where he is.
Okay. And I guess. Do I want to do anything for my action? Oh, I guess I could still do a cantrip. So now that I know where he is, toll the dead.
Okay,
So that's also wisdom 15.
he fails.
Okay. He hasn't taken damage yet, so that's only 5 necrotic damage.
Can you do that as bonus action? Or you can do it.
Spiritual weapons are a bonus action.
Awesome.
He takes it all,
Yeah.
and you hear a squeal from the invisible land.
That's what you get.
All right, Hazem, it's your turn.
Alright, so I'm gonna turn into a wolf. I'm technically twice as fast. So would I get back in 1 round? 50 feet?
It's got 60 feet base speed.
I have 25. The wolf has 50.
Okay. And you can take the dash action.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I'll just do that. Be here-ish, I guess. I don't know where I'd be.
Sure. Wherever you want to be.
Well, you were like 50 feet away?
I would.
So we're 2 rounds away.
Well, I would surmise that I was 100 feet away.
Really? Okay.
So now I'm 100 feet back. would be-
Okay. And you're back. You're just not in the
Yeah.
room.
Oh, I guess I could be here. I don't know. I don't know how far I can get, but I'm
Alright,
gonna go
so,
as far as I can. No, I don't know. I don't see anything attacking anybody. So.
Homeboy is currently invisible. He goes for Lord Hans, and he has advantage because he's invisible.
Yup.
And he hits
But what did he roll to hit?
20.
Okay.
But I'm not supposed to tell you if you're going to cast shield.
Yeah.
You just have to say shield. So it's a sneak attack. So that's 16 damage from just the sneak attack. And then 8 more damage on that.
All right.
So that's 24.
Ooh, gosh.
Mm-hmm.
So Lord Hans is down, right? You're out of 18?
Yep.
So Lord Hans is down.
Oh.
And he turns his attention to Daphne and swings at her with his short sword again. And he's hissing at you all, and he's saying, "How dare you interfere with my plans?" And he slashes at you.
But he's invisible, right?
Not with initiative, with the advantage, because he's now visible.
Oh,
He
okay.
came out of
Because he
invisibility
attacks.
Oh,
by attacking,
Right.
You're looking for a
and
17.
he misses.
Okay.
So
yep.
he swoops the sword by your head,
Your little owl was delicious.
and he growls at you. And one moment. Pass. So Lord Hans is death save.
What do I do?
Roll a d20 and tell me if you get higher or lower than 10.
11.
Okay, mark a success on your
Hell
sheet
yeah.
for death save. Una, your turn.
Because it went so well on the boat, Una's gonna take out her orb
Oh, Jesus.
and point it at the dude.
Yes.
All right.
and try. No, maybe not. I don't know.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what
All sorts
happens.
of good shit could happen.
Yeah, she thought it was great, so
Oh god.
that's what she's functioning off of. Is
You roll it in there.
it was
Just gonna do this
awesome.
every time.
We're gonna have to talk.
Come on, give me baby songs. What is that?
That looks like a 64 to me, yeah?
Sure.
All right, let's find out what 64 is.
Oh god.
The cube before.
And I'm like, taste my vengeance.
Their hair is blowing wildly.
Yes.
Where's my octopus?
The
Where's my octopus?
when you do that, this bookshelf, this post office thingy-mabob just disappears.
Yeah.
It just
Squawk.
the entire like stack of little post office shelf things disappears, and you have a bonus action if you have one.
Oh.
And your teleportation too.
Yeah, I can teleport. How much can I do? As a
Which,
bonus action.
You should do. You should teleport over to him.
Yep. So at least you both take damage.
Yeah. Okay, I'll teleport over to him.
All right, somebody move him for me. Move her for me. Put her behind him so that she doesn't hurt Daphne.
Yeah, right behind.
And you and he both take 3 force damage.
Do I take the full force damage?
You do, yeah. You're immune. You're resistant to physical damage, not
okay.
to magic damage.
Got it.
All right. So Jasper, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to.
Oh, roll a d20, Julie.
That was 17.
Cool. All right, Jasper. What's
Okay,
up?
I'm going to sprint into the room. 5, 10,
I
15.
think you technically walk next to him if you run into the room.
Would I?
Because the door, he's right next to the door.
He's okay. So then I would draw an opportunity attack.
I would think so.
Okay. So then I'll just. Well, I don't want to get in your way. Well, I guess I can move and then. Oh shoot.
If you go into that square, you'll have an opportunity attack on you.
If I.
Go into the square of the door, you're going to have an opportunity attack on you from the guy.
Oh, I see. Okay, but can I get a line of sight on him from
You
outside?
go to the other side of Hassan.
I will do that,
Yeah.
and I will cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. But first, before I do that, I'll use a bonus action to use Unsettling Words to subtract. Let me borrow this for a second. Subtract 5 from his saving throw,
Nice.
Okay.
and then I will use Tasha's Hideous Laughter on him.
All right. He makes a saving throw, and you want to subtract something with it. With the
He should subtract 5 from his saving throw.
okay.
Wow.
So he would fail that, but he uses a legendary reaction, and he gets another shot at that saving throw. Let's find out. He fails it.
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
So
It's so funny.
this guy is hissing at you, standing over Lord Hans with his sword, and then something hits him, and he's like, and he falls to the ground laughing and like rolling around with his short swords. And Daphne, you're up.
Yeah. Okay. So Hans is right next to me, so I'm just gonna whirl around.
Actually,
and-
sorry, before.
Please.
Because I still have movement left. And now I won't draw an opportunity attack, right?
He's incapacitated.
Yeah, so
no.
then I'm going to go in. So I did 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. I just want to get in the room.
You in.
Okay.
Yeah. So turning around and doing Spare the Dying on Lord Hans, so you're stable
All right.
now. And then I'm gonna move my burb a little closer. 1, 2, 4, and I'm gonna move away. So we need to restrain him, but I'm going to run away a little bit.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Hassan, you're up.
It takes damage. We'll get to save.
So, can I knock his weapons away from him while he's laughing on the ground?
You can try. Let's hope you don't hit him. What are you trying to hit the weapons with?
This my paw is just like
What did you turn into?
I'm a wolf.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, so you're The wolf is trying to knock the swords out of the guy's hand.
Yeah.
Or you
like,
could grab it by your teeth.
or,
Alright.
yeah. Whatever I think would be more accurate.
Roll to hit, and let's see how high you roll.
Not high.
You hit him. Roll damage.
All right.
No. Oh, right.
10.
How many attacks?
10 damage.
How many attacks do you get? Okay.
10 damage.
10 damage.
Okay, he's already prone. So he gets an additional save, and I'm pretty sure he makes it because it's at least 15 plus something else. So he takes 10 damage. The wolf tries to grab the swords out of the incapacitated, laughing Tabaxi's hand, and he slashes the arms of him instead. And there's just nothing funny about that. And Jake falls over, and he's prone, the guy, and he stops laughing, and he looks at the wolf with murder in his eyes. And
Makes sense.
now it's his turn again. So he'll use half of his movement to stand up. Then he'll cast Misty Step as a bonus action, and he'll head over here.
What's up?
And he's going after you.
That's fine.
I don't think I have any excuse to have advantage, so we'll have no advantage on this hit. And he misses.
Okay.
Missing you.
Oh, but he's trying so hard.
Pass to Lord Hans.
Am I-
Who
do I
is
know?
stable, so
Yeah.
you're just laying there. You're not making death saves, but you're not bleeding out, so you're
Sure.
safe. Una, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna Misty Step my ass right next to him. No, I can make it there running, can't
Well,
I?
your
Or no?
teleport's better because it damages both of you.
But okay, I don't want to do it. Well, I was gonna teleport away when I was done. Be like
Oh,
in and
then-
out, so I can't use bonus action twice. So I should move 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I can make it. So I'm gonna run up on this guy.
Get him.
I'm gonna try to hit him real hard.
Get him.
Oh, and it is. It's a 19, so I'm definitely gonna hit him.
Okay, roll damage.
And I'm gonna do it with my Fang of the Deep North
Ooh.
for good measure.
So you'll roll a d4 and add 5 to it.
No, mine's a D. Isn't it a D6?
It's a dagger
3?
is the fang.
Oh.
That's a dagger should be
Oh. Sorry, I wrote it down wrong then. But just in case, it's gonna be 6 damage. I rolled a 3 plus 3.
Okay, he
Is it
takes
right?
it.
Is that right? That's what it is. I don't know if I wrote it down completely wrong. I had a 1.
The d4 plus your strength mod.
Yeah, plus 3. Yeah, so 6.
Plus 2 for rage
Plus
for
2.
damage.
Oh yeah, thank you. So then,
it's the damage plus 5 it should be.
okay, then it's
8.
8.
And does it do anything else?
I think that's it. It has some magical something. Oh, I have advantage on dex saves.
Alright, you damage him. What
I
else you
did,
doing?
and now I'm gonna use my bonus action to beam away and give him 4 more damage. Pow!
Okay, you each take 1 damage. Because I rolled a d4.
Okay.
And he's gonna take a bonus action to cast, or a legendary action to cast invisibility, and that's where you saw him last. And Hans still laying on the ground. Or no, Una, now Jasper.
And I can't see him. Okay. I'm going to cast. Let me just. Yeah, I'm going to cast Healing Word as a bonus action on the Lord Hans.
Nice.
So he gets 12 hit points back.
No, nice.
You upcast it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I upcast it. Thank you.
Alright, Lord Hans, you get 12 hit points back.
Oh, oh,
And then
that was incredibly painful. Oh.
You have. Well, that's a bonus action, anyways. I am also going to cast Invisibility. And then
No, you can't.
what?
Oh, because you are cast a spell.
You cast a leveled spell. You can't cast it.
Oh, even as a bonus action?
It's
You
a
can't.
cantrip, and a leveled spell. If you're going to do an action and a bonus action.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Unless you're a
A leveled
sorcerer
spell and a
with.
cantrip.
Okay.
If you have action surge, if you have an additional action, you can cast 2 spells.
Okay.
But if it's a bonus action spell,
Then I can't
and an
cast
action,
another
then
spell.
They can't be both leveled.
Okay.
So you used your bonus action to cast that. You could use a cantrip. You could do an attack.
And an attack would just be at a disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
You'd be shooting at the spot you saw him last.
Okay. Mechanically, there'd just be disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay.
If he's still standing there.
Okay. I'm gonna. Where he was right here.
Where the
Yep.
dice is.
Okay. So I'm gonna shoot my knockback pistol at him.
Shoot his what? Knockback pistol?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So I should roll 2 and take the lower.
Yep.
Plus 6.
He's finally using the knockback pistol, guys.
19.
Nice.
Ooh.
It sounds like you hit to me. If the lowest of the 2 numbers was a 19.
Yeah,
Yep.
you rolled pretty well.
Yeah. So 2d4 plus 5, and he has to make a saving throw, or he gets pushed back 10 feet.
Yep. 2d4 plus 1 plus your mod.
It's alright.
7 points of damage.
Okay, and he makes his strength saving throw.
Okay.
And so 7 points of damage to him, you say?
Yes.
Where is my shit?
And does he become visible if he gets hit, or no?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nopers, but he'll be visible soon enough. Daphne, you're up.
Yeah,
So for her action, she's gonna use thaumaturgy to slam the door shut.
Ooh, I want to get through that door.
Well,
Not anymore.
yeah.
I was thinking actually about getting out of
there.
there.
Well, and then Bird is gonna come back this way and try to hit him at disadvantage.
All right.
Wait, but
What?
has him sitting on the door.
Oh, is it a?
He's not on it.
No. Okay. He's in
In
it.
the spot.
Okay.
The lower is a 14, which probably doesn't hit.
14, not plus anything?
That's with the plus.
All right, that
It rolled a
misses, yeah.
19 and a 7.
That
Okay,
misses. Your bird slashes at the
Yep.
air with its beak and does not hit anything.
that's fine.
Uh,
I'm gonna stay where I am.
Hassan, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna also attack where I think he was.
All right.
That should be a straight roll since I would have had advantage. Not gonna hit though.
Inspiration.
You have advantage
yeah.
because of pack tactics?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
You're using your inspiration.
Sure, why not? Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Nice.
He rolled a 13 for a strength saving throw.
Then he's fine.
Okay, he's not prone. Roll damage.
That would be 9 damage.
Okay. You hear some squealing from the space of invisibility. And maybe you see some blood squirt out of nothing. You just see some bloop. Alright, so, okay, now it's his turn. He's going after Daphne.
Sure.
And he hits.
Okay.
Can I silvery barbs that hit?
You can.
Ooh.
Silvery barb!
Have we seen that? I don't know.
Great
If I-
spell.
It's part of
Yeah.
her Fey Touch feat.
She's done it
That's
once.
great.
Do-do-do-do!
Once for a long rest.
I
do
say no! And it repels his thing.
It's still a hit. He rolls on with advantage on the reroll, right? I'm gonna just check it and make sure he's rolling with advantage.
I don't know. Because it's whatever's the lower number.
Let's see. Turns this momentary. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. So that tells me re-roll the roll. So he makes it, but you can give advantage to one person.
I'm gonna
So.
give advantage to Hans when you get your ass up.
He makes the hit, and the sneak attack damage, Daphne, is only 4.
Okay.
And then you need to make a con save.
Okay. Ooh, a dirty 20.
Okay. So you take 7 psychic damage
Okay.
as you hear creepy thoughts coursing through your brain.
Just another Tuesday.
And then he tries to hit you again. This time he's not invisible, so I'll put him back in a second. And 17 hits.
Yep.
And that is
I thought that was the damage.
10 more damage for you.
Okay.
So what was the total damage to you?
I'm at 4 out of 27.
Alright.
It didn't feel great.
No, that doesn't sound like it.
For some reason I thought you had 36.
Do I feel like this keeps getting messed up, and I've done it as overridden before. I'm gonna have to double check.
Alright, well I have you at 4 out of 27 for now.
I have 36.
You're down to
Do
4?
I have 36?
I have 36.
Okay, I think it keeps getting reset in D&D Beyond, and I'm
What's
not sure
your
why.
constitution?
13.
Is that +1?
Plus
2?
Yeah, it's a +1.
I have a higher constitution, but I don't know.
And
Anyway,
he's gonna take a bonus action to cast invisibility, and maybe, just maybe, he's moving.
But we won't know where.
And pass the turn to
Is it Uno or Hans?
Lord Hans.
Daphne, what do I know about your bird?
It's a spiritual weapon, so it's not a real bird.
All right. Well then. 1, 2.
Not to be confused
3.
with my bird
four.
that is a bird.
That's a wall, technically.
I think that's the
Yeah,
one.
that's the wall.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Well, he can move through walls.
Yeah.
Wizard.
So I was here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I'm gonna move to where the bird. Well, okay. This is a little tricky because I don't want to hit Hasm. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Too bad. You guys are too clustered up. So no rhymes binding ice. But I have advantage that negates my disadvantage. So I'm gonna chromatic orb fire the where I believe Kingfisher to be standing.
Is that an area
Okay,
effect?
what level are you casting it at?
I'm gonna go ahead and why not cast it as a 2nd level spell in case I hit him.
Okay, roll to hit with
Okay.
disadvantage.
It should be
But-
36.
But with advantage, so it counts as that. 'Cause
Why is it with advantage?
she gave me advantage.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, roll normal.
Alright. 9. It's
9.
Ooh, yeah.
Roll a 2.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, nothing happens. Anything else for your turn?
You know, I'm gonna pout angrily. And, I'm gonna move a little closer in case.
Protect yourself.
Yeah. You know what?
Protect yourself.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna stay there.
All
No!
right.
Nothing
I can't
else.
afford you going down again.
Yeah. And,
So,
eating good berries is an action, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
yep. It's almost 10. Do you guys want to go to 10:15 and see what happens then, or?
Yeah, how many,
Yes, yeah.
how many more hit points does this guy have? I should
We
be
gotta
able
know.
to soon, but yeah, well, you know, we shouldn't leave him in the middle.
All right, Una, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna try to run over to where I thought he was and try to hit, so I roll with disadvantage. Oh yeah, that's not good. I rolled 2 2s!
Okay. So
Double
your
2s!
sword slashes
Sweet.
through the air. What's going on over there? You got a bonus action?
I do, but I don't want to hurt Daphne by disappearing.
Wait, what did you roll?
Double 2s!
You can
Snake
disappear.
eye.
It's okay. Do what you need to do.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna use my inspiration. That's what I'm gonna do.
Don't forget you got that D6.
Oh
You
yeah,
want
thanks
it.
for that.
Bardic inspiration?
No, my actual
Inspiration.
inspiration. point.
Okay.
And then you also
And then you
have
can
an
use your
Who
Bard.
still has inspiration?
I have one.
I do.
last time.
I have one.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh yes, that's so much better.
You don't even need that.
Yeah, so I rolled 17 and 18 that time, so it's gonna be the lower plus 7, so
Okay,
21.
well, you would hit if he were there,
Ah, son of a
but he's
bitch!
not there. And
Tell everybody he's not there.
anything else?
No.
Jasper, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers, which affects a creature of my choice within range who can hear. I don't think I have to see him.
You don't have to see him, but I wonder if you can just say, I target an invisible person. I know not where they be. Only one creature of your choice within range can hear.
I feel like usually it says you can see when it has to.
It's not that you can see on this one, but I feel like if you have no idea where the thing is, it's like, where are you shooting this thing?
Well, I don't think I'm necessarily shooting. It's like a range of 60. I guess it is. It's a range of 60 feet. I was thinking it's like almost like some sort of
You're whispering it.
yeah. And I can think of the creature that I know is within range.
Well,
Use
you definitely
message
don't
to
need to
text
see
you
it.
an
I
asshole.
mean, messaging.
You definitely don't need to see it, but I'm wondering if you need to know where it is. So give me just a sec.
Sure.
No, I don't care. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll figure it out later. I'll retcon it and make him still alive.
And I'm upcasting it.
Okay.
So 6 and 7 is 13 damage, and he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, he fails the saving throw.
So he does take the, what did I just say? 7 and 13 damage, and he has to try to move away from me.
The spell does not have the effect that you think it should, and he doesn't take as much damage as you might wish he would.
Okay.
But you do hear a damn from somewhere in the room.
And obviously we can't see, but
What part of the
I
room?
wonder if he's affected by the need to get away from me, but you know
can't
that.
tell.
I can't
You
tell
could
that.
Roll perception on your turn, but you're not going to interact with it on not your turn.
Okay.
So Jasper, you shot him with you shot dissonant whispers. You chose a person and filled their mind with whispers.
Yeah.
What else will you do?
Who's after me?
Me. But I don't know where he is.
I'm trying to think if I should give anyone inspiration. I'm
no,
just gonna.
don't give it to me.
You can give it to me if you don't.
Sure. I'm gonna give some inspiration to Hassan. I guess I'm just gonna. Can I get up on here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna get up on that. See what happens.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, Daphne.
Yep, okay, so for my action, I'm gonna eat 10 of my good berries, and it is supposed to be 36, so I should be at now 23 out of 36.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna, don't know where he is, but I'm just gonna move my bird back to the middle of the room, just, for when and if he shows up. I'll try to see if he's over there, but I don't know. Let's see.
All right, Hassan, you're up.
So the way you're doing it is the only way we can know where he is
I'll let you use a bonus action to try to see where you heard it from.
Okay, I'll do that.
What quadrant of the room you heard it from?
15.
It's the quadrant of the room that's closest to you.
Okay. I'm gonna walk like this.
That's a wall.
That's the wall.
No,
Oh, okay.
we're not
This-
using
this part's
outside
the wall.
line. You like did I bump
Did I
anything?
bump into anything?
I've never heard of that being used before.
Normally you can hear where they are unless they're stealthing, but if not, I'm just gonna keep walking until I can't walk into something.
Yeah. All right.
That's awesome.
Serpentine.
No, he can smell. Can
roll
you smell him?
acrobatics or roll
Can
perception.
you smell him? Is
But
invisibility
that would
working?
be a perception check.
Okay.
Roll
Well, just
perception to
like my
smell as
dog.
an action, or roll acrobatics to feel around as an action.
So either way, it's an action. So I can't attack him this turn.
Yeah.
Well, he was just using his movement.
Yeah,
to
I'm just using movement. I'm not.
Okay, well that doesn't fly. Using movement to find an invisible person doesn't work. So you're gonna need to use an action. I let you use a bonus action to find out that he's in the quadrant of the room that's closest to where you're sitting. So not.
Oh, where
yeah.
I thought you said over
Yeah,
there.
You can take your movement back if you want.
Oh, okay.
So you've used your bonus action. What do you want to do?
And you're saying movement will not do it.
Yeah,
You can't look for him with movement. I'll read it later, but for today you can't look for him with movement.
All
You
right.
can
Well,
attack with disadvantage because you kind of know where he is.
Well,
Not really.
it doesn't unless we know the exact spot
Then
with
that
sound.
doesn't work.
Then it doesn't matter. So, I mean, I guess I'll just stand in front of the door. I'll hold my attack to attack if he pops up near me.
All right. Okay, it's his turn.
Holding attacks.
He hits Jasper. He was standing here, and he moves up here, and he hits Jasper and comes out of invisibility up there.
Shield belt.
Cool. So tell me what your AC plus 5 is.
21.
He still hits.
Damn.
He rolled an 18 on the die. So sneak attack damage is 5, and you need to make a con save. Regular damage is 9, so we're at 14.
Con save is 11.
So you've taken 14 so far. As the knife digs into your skin, you hear all sorts of creepy thoughts coming up into your mind, everything that you don't want to hear. And you take...
Sister.
23 psychic damage.
Wait, 23 on top of the 14?
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, I have 23 total, so I'm going to get 0.
You are zeroed out, yeah.
Okay.
You're lying on top of this bookcase, bruh.
Oh,
That's him.
I thought I could sneak that by.
So then he'll jump down
Should have gone out the room.
and he'll shoot at the wolf with a crossbow.
You got a crossbow too?
And that'll hit, and it'll be 5 piercing damage. And go ahead, Lord Hans.
Now he's visible.
Yeah. I'm wondering if I should ice him or hold him.
What's the HP on the wolf, Michael?
I'm at 32 now.
32 out of...
37.
Thank you. What's up, fella?
I'm wondering if I should ice him or hold him. I don't think I can get a cone that doesn't hurt other people. I'm gonna hold person.
Alright.
Just to make a wisdom save.
He rolled 17.
No, he's gonna make it.
Alright. Any movement or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna move away from him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright.
Oh, this. Can we get rid of this, Jake?
Is your
Yeah.
Is your DC 17?
16.
Okay. Una, you're up.
Okay,
Kill this motherfucker.
I'm trying. All right, I'm gonna use my. How far can I go?
Teleport? 20
Yeah.
feet.
Can I make it to him?
You can take a couple steps and then teleport. You can
Take 2 steps. Teleport to him.
Alright.
Blam.
You both take 3 damage each.
Okay.
Remember, if
And
it's with melee, we can just knock him out instead of kill him. I'm just saying.
Right.
he's looking pretty fucked up now. Although he's still got some gumption in him. And he says,
Stop interfering with my plans.
I said, "Fuck your plans," and I'm gonna try to hit him. Oh,
Yeah.
that's gonna hit him. That's a 18 plus 7.
okay, roll your damage.
And that's with my scimitar, so it's gonna be 8 damage.
Okay. He takes it and he yowls. And he's got some blood dripping down his fur now. Jasper, you're up.
No, not.
Wait,
I gotta
can I
roll.
hit him with my offhand or not because I used the
Use
bonus
your bonus
action? Yeah, okay.
So I'm rolling death save.
Yeah.
Ooh, 9. Fail.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Daphne, you're up.
Bonus action healing word on Jasper, which I'm only doing at first level. Sorry, but
Sure.
Still gets
you
him
can.
up.
Just need him off the ground.
Yep. That's not good, but you get 8 points back.
8.
Yeah.
And I don't have to make death saves. Woo.
And then I'm gonna use just my action to do 12 of dead.
All right. He fails.
Cool. 12. So 11 necrotic damage.
Yeah! Fuck is
As
mine!
these bells start ringing next to his head, he spits out blood along the ground and one of his teeth that apparently rang a lot.
Yeah.
And he growls at you, and let's see what legendary action he might want to take just to fuck with you. He growls at you, Daphne, and he reaches in his belt and throws a dart at you.
That's rude.
Yeah, very rude. And I don't think it hits
17, so it does hit.
It does hit, and it does
Already rolled.
7 psychic damage to you.
Okay.
And make an intelligence save.
Okay. I'm gonna use my inspiration. 19.
Okay, you pass the save.
Whoop.
So as the dart pierces your flesh, you start to hear more thoughts that you don't want to hear, and even images in your mind. But you manage to shake it off. And Haslam, you're up.
All right.
And guys, he's pretty close to clocking out.
Give me more question.
All right. I'll try to knock him out. That's a 21 hit. So I assume that hits.
Yeah, it hits. Maybe you want to give him a sleeper hold with your jaws.
12 damage.
Describe his incapacitation.
He grabs him by the face and smashes him against the wall to knock him out.
And he flies into the wall like a rag doll, and you hear a crunch, and you accidentally killed him. I'm just kidding. you smack him against the wall, and you hear a loud thunk as his skull hits it, and he just crumples like a cat rag doll on the ground.
And then Hassan does like a one-liner, but it's like a
In
wolf.
So my German Shepherd does that. He cocks his head.
Sweet baby.
All right, and we are out of combat. And
We're just gonna tie him up like a burrito.
Huh?
You're up.
Oh yeah, I can eat some good food.
we are. Let's pause here, and we'll remember where we all are for next time.
Yes.
And remember the amount of hit points you have now. Remember the amount of spell slots that you have now. Don't change anything, because who knows what's about to run through the door or not.
I think it's that fucking Tale of Wonder who also knows about the evil thoughts.
So let's do a quick checkout. I want you to vote for 2 people to get inspiration, based on their actions in game.
D6.
Who currently has inspiration? Okay, so we're gonna vote for 2 people that are not Tim to have inspiration for next time. So what's something you enjoyed about the session, and what's something you enjoyed that another player did? Michael?
I vote for Daphne. I enjoyed she she role played well, and then she was also like bringing people up left and right and dealing damage and doing all the things. So that's my vote. Yeah, I thought it was cool that we figured it out really fast, and then the fight just started. So I was like, all right, that was way faster than I expected.
Great. All right.
Yeah, that was. Una is feeling pretty vindicated that she was like, remember the Queen and how bad that stuff? She's like, I don't know if we want to go after this guy right now, but I would give inspiration for Haslam just for thank you for coming back, because we would have been so fucked. I think if Haslam was like, no, I'm gonna go check the office, I'm out of here. So just that was getting the team back together, and but then I would take the inspiration away for him trying to knock the weapons out of his hand when he was held with Tasha's, and he slapped her and just took him right out of that instantly. But also that was kind of brilliant as well in this ridiculous way. So that was really fun.
So you vote for him for the inspiration?
Yeah,
Okay. Or
both comically and heroically.
very good. And yeah, let's try to also think. Yeah, let's think about the non-combat portion of the session too, because that was 3/4 of it was non-combat.
Yeah.
All right, you're up, Timothy.
You know what? I think I'm torn whether to give it to Hasm for correctly, for saying we should just go kill this guy, versus Daphne who killed that owl. And you know what?
That's awesome.
She also kept me from having to make death saves and healed me. Wait, was it you that healed me or was it?
Yeah, it was her.
Okay. Alright, down.
Well, I
Okay.
stabilized
Oh,
you,
oh,
Jasper.
no,
Yeah,
Okay.
stabilize and then he
Okay.
So
You know what?
yeah, you can roll a die.
She killed the owl. I'm giving it to the owl.
I'm surprised that bird-loving Tim was like, yeah, kill that owl.
Yeah, that's right. And then I almost rhymes binding ice the area that her raven was in.
It wouldn't have been affected
Yeah,
though, because
it's not a bird.
it's a spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like the session. It was good. I like when your character almost dies but doesn't.
I too like that.
When you feel there's real stakes.
Yep. Real stakes. You were almost dead, right? You have
Yeah.
23 hit points.
Yeah.
So you took like how much above
I went-
23 at the same time?
I went down to -14 if you're.
Yeah. So if you were at -23,
Yeah.
it'd be.
Oof.
Yeah.
That guy was powerful. I like the intrigue at first and having to like deal with this guy who was saying all these things that were that kind of naturally aligned with where Hassan was at as far as the Tabaxi go, and actually also aligned with Jasper's background and aligned with everybody's like thoughts about how messed up it is that these people are all pacifists. But you know, then having to try to like figure out and see through like that this guy's actually aligned with Greymine. I thought that was really great, or so we think at least. And the combat was fantastic. And kudos to Haslam for like, you know, all of us just wanted to go right down to the dungeon, and we were like intent on like, let's go to this guy's room and try to figure out what's going on. So
And we figured it out.
Yeah.
Not the way I thought.
Yeah. It was a great combat. We haven't faced somebody who was so. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say. We haven't faced somebody who was so strong, I think, like in a long time. But now that we've gotten stronger, so great job. And I thought more than any single person, we just worked really well as a team, kind of like, you know, propping each other up and keeping it going and dealing damage and trying to figure out how to deal with this guy who was invisible and had legendary actions.
Yeah.
And
My
it was
corpse
a real-
blocked out a strategic part of the room, I think.
we had to like kind of think on our feet and try to figure out how to deal with this guy.
Who's your
Great.
vote for the inspiration?
So I gave it to Hassan.
All right, and
Right, so 2 moments I want to call out before I give the inspiration. One, I thought it was hysterical when Michael and I both rolled natural
That was
20s
amazing.
Yes,
on
that
the
was amazing.
ladder.
Letter got
It's
taken
ridiculous.
down.
You solved the mystery.
Yes, so
We
good.
found a clue.
That's a word and clue.
And that was what you said in Wolfish. You said to him as you knocked him out, you said, "Stop talking."
Ooh, yes. So I love that, and it was a very cinematic choice, Jake, to have the villain attack mid-sentence. So that was very fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Ultimately, I am going to vote to give. Everybody had great moments. I'm going to vote to give the inspiration to David because the role play I think is so interesting. With that complicated positioning that you were talking about in terms of like being receptive to some of it and some of it not, and then thinking about your family and whatever. So the fact that you had those plates spinning, and then also we're still taking point on the conversation is a lot to juggle. So I thought that was deftly handled.
Thank you.
Heck yeah. Well, very strong vote for him, but it's going to you two for the overall vote. But excellent play by all. Tim, you were trying to figure out what to do in that battle with the invisible person and how to use your spells, and you shot the chromatic orb at the open space. And if he had been there, And Una, the teleportation was a nice trick, but Una's silvery barbs
That was great.
Yeah.
was clutch.
That was very cool.
Because the villain kept being like, "Oh, I get an extra saving throw. I'm gonna counterspell." So you fucking silvery barbs that fucker.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And the wolfiness was great with the biting. And yeah, you guys figured out the mystery. I thought it was not super obvious, besides the fact that he had an evil voice. So you figured out that he was bad.
I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
He's the most
You're the
interesting
smartest
person.
guy
Yeah.
I really liked that his ideology actually fit, the bad guy's ideology fit with the party's better to some extent.
Yeah.
But then he was also saying some like Republican gun owners.
Yeah.
Like everyone should have
Putting
guns.
Parvus first.
Yeah. So there was, I really enjoyed all of the gray area, if you will, in that interaction. So who knows what's going to happen next time?
Yeah.
Which is on Sunday.
Yes.